have clear skies. Feels like it's 76 degrees with some light breeze out of the southeast at 5 miles an hour, 64% humidity. No rain expected as well.
Well, that's good. I mean, the temperature still, again, like you said, it's, what are we doing? It's October, ladies and gentlemen. The cool thing about this stadium is that when you're setting up here in the home press box, the sun is still over on that side. We got our backs to the west, so kind of at this time of night, especially at this time in the season when it's officially it's darkness at kickoff, Kevin. It's been, again, a pretty brief 7 weeks now, and again, we're happy to be a part of it. But I'm ready for football. I think it's going to dip next week, but I guess we'll live through it one more time.
Night for some GSSC football.
It absolutely is. We've got a nice warm night in October, and we don't get very many of these. Two really solid teams going at it tonight. I'm real excited for this one.
This is a Quintel kickoff. All kickoffs this season are brought to you by Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repairing, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Wheeler won the toss. They elected to defer their option to the second half. So Calumet, the Warriors, will get the ball first in this one. These are two very high-powered offenses. Wheeler averaging 45.5 points per game. Calumet 42.1 points per game. These are two teams that like to hammer the ball on the ground as well. Bryce Brandon of Calumet and Levi Murray of Wheeler, both top 5 in the region in total rushing yards.
Yeah, and it's hard not to get excited about two offenses that can put up points like this, especially, you got a good weather game. They've got a good shot to put up a lot of points tonight.
Tyne Vetical will do the kicking for Wheeler. He is also their leading receiver, also plays safety on the defensive end as well. Calumet getting the ball first. They will look to score early and put the number 5 ranked team in the region on their toes. Week 7 is underway. Booming kick off of Vetical. It'll be returned from the 3 by Bryce Brandon. He is a lane up the middle, breaks off a tackle, still going, dragging defenders up to the 30-yard line, and that's where Jaden Campbell and the Calumet Warrior offense will set up shop. Campbell, a freshman who stands at 6'3", 175. He will be the quarterback today for Calumet. Joe, you don't see too many freshman quarterbacks in high school football nowadays.
Oh, no, not at all, and I think when you look, this is one of his first couple starts, and he's getting thrown into action a little earlier than you expect. You expect, sophomore, junior year maybe, you're starting to take the reins. But he's got a good shot to really build something and go forward with this Calumet team.
He took over for the junior Christian Weston 2 weeks ago. In 2 games, he's thrown for 141 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. But this team does run the ball a lot. Expect a lot of number 8, Bryce Brandon. He gets the carry on the first play of the game, straight up the gut, a solid gain of 7. Brandon, that was his 103rd carry on the year coming into this game. 942 total rushing yards, 14 touchdowns, 9.2 yards per carry. He was a big part of their win last week when Calumet put a beat down on the Whiting Oilers. They won that game 59-7.
And you have to imagine it'll be more of the same today. Obviously, he's your main guy. You've got a young quarterback in there. You want to help him with some running game.
Brandon again along the edge, a first down on the stretch run. He's dragging defenders across the 50 for a Four Seasons mechanical first down. Already over 20 rushing yards in the game for Brandon. And this Wheeler front is going to have themselves tested. This is a Wheeler defense that runs in a 3-4 set, so not a lot of linemen up there to contain Brandon. And the linebackers are going to have to do a lot of corralling him at the second level, and it looks like this last play will be coming back. I think there was a holding penalty.
Yeah, and that's really unfortunate. You're getting the drive off to a good start. You're starting to assert yourself on the ground, and then you have a stupid penalty that takes it away, and you're kind of back to square one here.
So it looks like 1st and 10, or they were set up with 2nd and 3, and they're going to be backed up only a couple yards. It's from the spot of the foul. So it looks like 2nd and 6 upcoming for Calumet. Campbell. Brandon again. Straight up the gut. This time he is corralled straight at the line. A whole host of Bearcat tacklers able to drag him down for no gain. So 3rd and 3 upcoming. A big third down for Calumet. A team that likes to run the ball a lot. And Wheeler, they have big offense potential. It's the reason they're ranked number 5 in the region. So Calumet going to need to keep that ball moving today and control the clock throughout this one.
Right, and that's the one thing you get when you have a good running game is even in a bad situation, you have a penalty, you're in a third and manageable right
Big
there.
blitz from Wheeler. Campbell throws outside and incomplete. Just out of the reach of Michael Olivari, his intended receiver. And Calumet will punt this one away. Wheeler sent about 7 guys there. And Olivari
up the offensive line from left to right. So Hill will have 3 receivers to his left, 1 Bowles on the right side. Johnson will be in the backfield with him, and we have a early interruption from the officials. And they're checking up on the equipment of Darnell Bowles.
He does not have his knees covered. They are very adamant about that. Making sure the knees are covered.
So Curtis Walker will take his place, and he quickly makes sure his knees are covered as he steps up to the line. It's nothing worse than being the guy brought in for the guy out of uniform. As it'll be a keeper for Hill. He will squeak through the middle of the line. He has room to go at the 40. Keeps powering forward, crossing midfield to the 30. 35, 20, 15, 10 to the goal line. Michael Hill takes the first play from scrimmage all the way to the house. And the Pirates will strike first.
Wow, untouched. Boy, he made a great hand fake right up the middle and just accelerated through the secondary all the way down. Well, I didn't even get the mark of the ball. Where was it at?
It was at the 23, so 77 yards to pay dirt for Hill.
That is lightning in a bottle right there.
That's why they elected to receive off the kickoff, I guess.
Well, he adds to his 252 yards carrying the ball right there. Now he's well over 300.
Benito Gonzalez sends the extra point through the uprights, so only a few seconds into this game, and the Pirates lead 7-0. We'll see how the Vikings respond. So stick around. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. So after an early 77-yard touchdown from Michael Hill, the Merrillville Pirates lead over the Vikings of Valparaiso 7-0 with 11 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Benito Gonzalez will look to drive this one from left to right. James Parisi is back to return for the Vikings. Gonzalez, it'll be a squib kick, and it'll be Wheeler who gets there. We'll take a look at that touchdown from Hill again.
How about it? Hill just a little fake right there. The linebacker steps up and just misses completely. The linebacker to the outside takes the runner, and he just dashes 77 yards on the play. That gives him 392 yards rushing on the season.
Kellen Hosek takes his troops onto the field. Gage Finley joins him in the running back. At running back, James Parisi, Chase Lovick, Mateo Machichi, and Sam Bernard make up the receiving group. On the line from left to right, Caleb Haslat, David Castile, Jake Lape, Jacob McGessie, and Rigby Gora. It'll be a run play to start things off for the Vikings, and Finley will power forward for a handful of yards.
It looks like about second and about 4 or 5. Finley, not a big power back, not a big in-between the tackles guy. He likes to get that ball and runs to the outside, but this offense of Valparaiso really has to settle everything down. They just got whiplashed, and now just settle things down, get some first downs.
It's another handoff to Finley. He slices to the left side of the line, continues to drive forward, gets tripped up across midfield. That was Horton with the tackle, and he'll be close to the first down marker. Makes it 3rd and manageable for the Vikings.
Yeah, Horton just slammed Gage to the ground. But again, a nice run right there for the Valparaiso Vikings, spreading the ball out, inside out. See if they can get the first down here.
So 3rd and about a yard to go. Hosick and Finley in the gun. Handoff to Finley. He dives through the line. He has some room, but gets clipped at the 45 and stumbles forward. He got hit at the shoulder level and then just twirled forward. He might have had room to go.
Yeah, free safety Greg Hughes came up from his free safety position, just like bumped into him, and Finley fell down. The way both offenses are going, did anybody tell the defenses to get to the field yet?
That first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville. Visit them at the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. Motion right. Hosick looks right to pass. He lofts one in the air where it's reeled in, and he's met by a trio of Pirates after picking up a couple of yards.
That looks like that was James Parisi on the catch right there.
So Parisi picks up a couple as the Vikings move it to the 41. 9:47 left to play in the quarter.
Boy, both offenses are clicking right now.
So that's important for the Vikings after giving up that long rushing touchdown to now try to answer with points on this drive. They'll split 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Finley beside Hosick in the shotgun. It's a handoff to Finley, but he is met in the backfield and loses his lid. Stanley Freeman, the first Pirate to get to Finley.
Yeah, it looks like Maryville just slanted right into the play, and Freeman just leveled Gage Finley. Ouch. And he's going to have to come out for a play because he lost his helmet.
So we'll see Cooper Gear, the freshman, step in at running back to the huddle. He had 55 yards in that LaPorte game, including a touchdown out of the Wildcat formation. So we'll see how they get him involved. He'll stand to the left of Hosick. 3 receivers will be out to the left. Hosick tries the hard count, steps back to pass, scans right, lets one fly, and it goes to the sideline of the Pirates. He had to brace for contact as he had a couple of purple helmets barreling towards him.
Yeah, number 51, Stanley Freeman, just a bull rush straight up the field, pushed the offensive tackle right into Hosick. And he had nowhere to go, couldn't step into his throw, and just threw the ball out of bounds.
So that will bring out the punt unit for the Vikings. Trevor Faulkner will look to send it back deep. And Warren Brown will return for the Pirates. Brown had a punt return touchdown against Michigan City a couple of weeks ago, so you have to watch for him in the return game. Faulkner floats it in the air towards the 10. It will bounce inside the 10 and to the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, if I'm Valparaiso, anytime I'm kicking off or punting, I'm punting the ball out of bounds. I'm squib kicking. The last thing you want to do is have somebody with that speed getting the ball in an open field that Maryville has.
So we will see what the Pirates have up their sleeve for their second offensive possession. The first one, a 77-yard drive that took about 15 seconds of time to end up in the end zone. Defensively for the Vikings, Dean Papakronis, Ryan Cheek, Cameron Asbell, and Connor Haynes make up the defensive line. Brody Wheeler, Evan Courtney, Ethan Poisel, and Ben Fedorchak make up the linebackers. We'll have the secondary after this play. Johnson to the left of Hill. It will be a keeper to the left. Hill rolls to that left side, turns the corner, gets to the 35, keeps going, and will be angled out of bounds around the 45. So Michael Hill adds with the quarterback keeper there to what is already an impressive rushing day on just 2 carries.
Yeah, it looks like he picked up about 27 yards on that play. He is picking up chunks of yards on each play. And now Maryville going to no huddle.
Following the Four Seasons Mechanical first down, the Pirates will head to the line. They will hand it to J.Q. Johnson. He will scurry to the right side of the line and is met near the line of scrimmage at the 45. No gain on the play.
Man, I don't know why you just don't let Michael Hill carry the ball. He's carrying it He's with 77 and 27 yards on his first 2 carries.
J.Q. Bernardo, Aiden Needles, and Nick Fry make up the secondary for the Vikings. They'll now put Jordan and Johnson in the backfield with Hill. It's a handoff to Johnson. He roams to the right side of the line, gets to the 50, and is sent out of bounds. So he picks up some yardage to make it 3rd and about 5 for the Pirates.
And nice job on that right side of the offensive line for the Maryville Pirates, sealing everybody off to the inside, allowing the running back to pick up some nice yards, making it 3rd and manageable. Again, no huddle.
So Jordan will be in the backfield with Hill. Everybody close to the line. The ball's at the right hash mark. It'll be a keeper for Hill. He has room along the left side. He crosses the 45 to the 40 and will step out of bounds. Fry was the closest Viking to him, just forced him away. But Hill picks up another Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
Yeah, what's he doing? He only picked up 17 yards on that play. His average is really dropping.
On his 3rd carry of the game, he is already over 100 yards rushing. And he will be in the backfield here. So, again, quick tempo for the Pirates. A trio of receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Hill will look to pass. Scans his options. Sends one towards Jordan. He will not be able to reel it in. Broken up by Fry.
Fry did a nice job closing on that play. Hill thrown that ball just way late. If Hill would have thrown that ball a split second sooner, he would have been able to hit his receiver in stride, and Fry would have never been able to catch up. But the receiver had to stop and wait for the ball.
So 2nd and 10 for the Pirates. 7:49 left to play in the quarter. Maryville leads 7-0. 2 running backs in the backfield with Hill. He will hand it off to Jordan. He goes to the left, tries to shake past a tackler, but is twisted down near the Maryville sideline.
Yeah, nice job right there. Looks like Evan Courtney, number 9 on the tackle, did a great open field tackle on a good running back. So big 3rd down here. The bell tolls for the Valparaiso defense.
It'll be 3rd and 7 from the 29.
Yeah, this is going to be 4-down territory for the Pirates.
Keeper for Hill. He's looking for room on the right side of the line. Goes to the 30. Keeps pushing forward. Gets to the 20. And sent out of bounds. He had Fedorchuk giving chase on that play.
His average weight dropping. Now only 9 yards that time.
Well, did what he had to do there. Got the Four Seasons Mechanical first down. So it'll be a new set of downs for the Pirates. The ball will be just past the 20. Motion left. It's a pop pass to Hill, to Jordan. He takes it and is slammed down by Courtney.
Yeah, Courtney, 2 plays in a row with some nice tackles. Well, he came up and just leveled them right at the line of scrimmage. I should say 2 out of the last 3 plays. Again, Maryville just love the speed of the offense.
So no gain on the play. The Pirates will head back to the line. Jordan and Johnson will be in the backfield with Hill. 1 man to the right, 2 to the left. Vikings looking to defend. Johnson takes the handoff, surges through the middle of the line and gets to the 9-yard line. Gets the first down for the Pirates.
It looks like it's going to be 3rd and about a half a yard.
So it'll be 3rd and short from the 10. Handoff to Johnson. He lowers the shoulders, tries to push forward. The Vikings swarm to him. Did he get it?
Looks like, yeah, he's going to be marked down at about the 8-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 8 for the Pirates.
So that first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left to play in the opening quarter. 1st and goal from the 9. 3-man backfield for the Pirates. Hill at quarterback, Jordan and Johnson to either side. At the running backs, Hill will pass, fires a strike, but an incompletion forced by the Vikings.
Yeah, it looks like number 5 for the Vikings came up and made the tackle or knocked the pass down.
Gio Garcia Juarez with the pass breakup.
Yeah, I didn't see him on our playlist here, but good job, Leo, picking up the slack for me.
That's why I keep the roster close by. So 2nd and goal from the 9. Hill and Johnson in the backfield. It'll be a keeper for Hill. Pump fakes, looking to pass, floats in the backfield, and then elevates one towards the pylon and out of play. So the incompletion brings up third down.
Well covered by the Valparaiso defense. Hanging strong here on third down, or the first 2 downs and goal. Great job. Had somebody in the quarterback's face, had all the receivers covered. The bad thing about a rollout at the goal line is you cut your field into a quarter right there, and it's much easier to cover, whereas if you stay in the middle of the pocket, you got that whole end zone to cover, much more difficult.
Third and goal from the 9. The Vikings need a stop. Home crowd making some noise. Hill in the shotgun.
Fumble.
The ball pops out, and the Vikings pounce on it. Valparaiso gets the turnover on third and goal. The defensive line was able to get there.
Michael Hill and I don't know who the running back
That was Johnson.
Johnson, just a bad exchange between the two of them. Ball hits the ground, and Valparaiso comes up with a big stand for the Vikings right there. The home crowd loving it.
So we will try to. Dean Papakronis recovered the fumble. The defensive end, the junior, gets a big stop for the Vikings, and now we'll see Hosick and the Valparaiso offense deep on their end of the field. 5:48 to go. They'll look to drive this one 91 yards for pay dirt. They put a receiver in motion, hand it off to Finley. He rolls to the left side of the line. He keeps going to the 25 and tripped up at the 30. Gage Finley with the huge carry on first down.
Yeah, 35, 36 yards. Oh, now they moved it back 3 yards. I thought they were going to mark it at about 35, so about a 33-yard gain. Big play for Valpo, getting themselves out of the back of their own goal line.
Following the Four Seasons mechanical first down, Hosick in the shotgun with Finley. Finley will cut to the left side of the line, spins and leaps forward to the 39. So Gage Finley heating up here for the Vikings.
Yeah, the offensive line doing a great job creating some seams for Finley to get through and pick up some nice gains. Maryville defense showing a little weakness against the running game.
2nd and 4 for the Vikings. They head to the line. Ball's near the left hash mark. Hand off to Finley. He's looking for some room at the line. Tries to react and...
Looks like it's going to be 3rd down and 1 for the Vikings. Big conversion down for the Vikings here.
So 3rd and short for Valparaiso. We'll see what they are able to cook up here. Their defense answered in a big way after Maryville was driving downfield, forcing the turnover. Now you want to end this one with points. Hosick trying to get the Pirates to jump offside.
4 down territory, Four Seasons Mechanical. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. 4th and 3 from the 35.
One receiver.
I'd imagine it's Bryce Brandon or some sort of run play.
Keeper for Hosick. He cuts to the left side of the line, turns the corner, and gets the first down.
Although nice stranger things have happened. We did see Campbell connect on a big pass.
Drawing that defensive
Smith earlier in the game and got called back to the penalty. Fumbling the snap. Calumet keeps it. They charge for the first down.
3rd and goal. Thurman, some pretty impressive runs. A guy that had no prior stats in the varsity level until this year. But Coach Cody French couldn't be more pleased from what he's seen from the senior, who had 87 rushing yards last week, 38 receiving yards. Going to the split look. Fields is going to get the direct snap, but the flag is being thrown. And a illegal substitution, it appears, is going to be called on the Wolves. And there's the call. Now back him up 5 yards. So make it 3rd and goal from the Portage 6. 6-0 Michigan City. Trent Hart, quarterback. Now an empty look. 2 receivers to his right. Thurman in the slot. This was a similar look they ran against LC that got Thurman open against a linebacker for a touchdown. It's a sweep to Laurent, and Laurent tackled in the backfield. Defender not touched. Daniel Warmick, a linebacker, blew up the play before it even gets started. Michigan State will have to settle on a field goal here. They put it on the 12. This will be a 29-yard attempt. Charlie Burns, 4 for 6 on field goal attempts this year. Last week against Lake Central, he went 3 for 4. No official long provided. Here's his kick. It's spiraling, and it is pure. The operation goes good for Michigan City. They have a 9-0 lead. We will take a quick break here on the Region Sports Network as you're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost
Lake Central. And backing up from the 1-yard line, Jaden Mansfield. Waiting for blockers to set up. Escapes one, but can't escape the horde. Down at the 17-yard line. And so now it'll be a long field here for Lake Central. We're now trailing down 7-0.
Yeah, how the Trojans got on the scoreboard here again. Lake Central trying to get some pressure there on the 3rd and 7. Easy pitch and catch there again. Those short routes, trying to get the ball out quick. And when you just have one corner on you, if you can't make a tackle in space, good luck catching up to him. Lewis Raffin, a big-time score there to get Chesterton on the board here first.
That could certainly qualify as one of our IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays. And make sure to check out the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays from this week's football action. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, or on Instagram. The electrifying plays presented by IBEW Local 697. IBEW Local 697, the electrical professionals. Yes, already. 65-yard tutty?
Yeah, hey, I mean, that's a good candidate. We also got an award, a post-game spoiler alert that could qualify for as well. Not only looking at our social media posts next week, so hey, maybe double dipping, who knows? Christian Reed there, a good carry there to set up a manageable now 2nd and 5 with under 2 minutes to go here.
Reed again, and he'll make this 3rd and manageable to the 25-yard line.
It's an old adage, but again, winning first down is key in this game. Chesterton, especially, I mean, this is a very good Chesterton defense that they're able to force turnovers, especially if Chesterton, that unit forces offenses into 3rd and long. So if Lake Central could win first down either on the ground or through the air, opens up the playbook a little bit and keeps them with the football play to kind of move the chains and get things rolling.
Pistol here on 3rd down and 2. Reed again, he's got the first down as he bursts through the middle. And that right there is another Four Seasons Mechanical first down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists.
3rd and short and running from the gun. While some people may not like it, when you get guys in space and you kind of shift the lanes of the defense and bounce out to the perimeter, found a spot there, and again, Lake Central, a talented backfield, a talented rushing attack. Obviously, those numbers have kind of dipped since they've entered Duneland play, but this is still a unit that they got some ball carriers in the backfield that could really make some explosive plays, and wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple here from the Tribe.
Pickup of 8 there on 3rd down and short. It was 3rd down and 2. 48 seconds left here in the opening quarter, 7-0 in a quick-moving opening 12.
Looks like reset the clock there to 54 seconds.
And reset the play clock as well, too, to 40. From their own 33, Pistol again. Inside give. Reed spins out of a couple of tackles, and Christian Reed is a yard and a half shy of a first down.
A couple of back-to-back explosive plays there from Reed in this Lake Central rushing attack to end the ball, to end the quarter with the ball, obviously, and hopefully maybe get into plus territory before things going. But more so, again, they're finding something on the rushing attack here so far. Although they have maybe the more passing quarterback in Wes Louch in the ball game, it looks like that defense might be respecting him a little bit more as a passer, to where now there's some rushing lanes open for the Tribe.
It's 2nd and a long one Usually a spot you'd see Cam Raddick. Instead, it's Lalich again. Reed cuts it outside, and it was a mistake. There is a flag down, though, nearing the time of the tackle.
Might be decision time here for Mark Peterson, because I think early indication here when you're bouncing outside, it's tough as an offensive lineman to not hold.
Stabolito came in with the stop. And we'll wait for the official signal after the Zebras conferred. Face mask, that's wow.
We stand corrected up here in the booth. And that is a big penalty there to move the sticks and get Lake Central in enemy territory. That'll win the first quarter.
Yeah, they will just take this one down. So a quick-paced one. The 6-play, 80-yard touchdown drive, the big difference on the board for Chesterton. And the Trojans lead 7-0 after one, but Lake Central's got some momentum on offense. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, presented by George's Euro Spot in Chesterton. George's Euro Spot. Check out the menu online at georgeseurospot.com.
Making me hungry.
I am too.
I know a place to go. Not too far from here. Big shout out to George's.
Our neck of the woods tonight.
Post-game snack maybe. We'll see. I don't know, but we got a juicy one up here right now. Again, Chesterton getting on the board with a big-time catch from Lewis Raffin, but Lake Central now their best drive of the night. How are they going to respond?
First down and 10 at their own 47 following the face mask penalty that we thought would have been a crucial second down loss. Westerland breaks in off the edge, and he'll take down Reed at the line of scrimmage.
And a very promising piece for this Chesterton defense. They lost a very solid edge rusher last year in Owen Edlin, who made tons of plays, just one of those staples of the Chesterton program. And that's looking at the ever-evolving offensive schemes and what quarterbacks are asked to do here in the region. An edge rusher, the value of a pass rush goes up, and you kind of need somebody to kind of take that reign. Replacing somebody like Owen Edlin, that's some big shoes to fill. But right now, this junior looks to be doing just that from what we've seen so far.
So no gain on the play. Allows the pass, jump ball down the sideline. It's caught. Flag down as Verda tight ropes the sideline. This could be OPI.
Kind of one of a jump ball throw there, Kevin. We'll take a look at the replay here. Verda, somebody who he's had quite a connection with over these past few weeks, and I don't know. I'm very interested to see where this goes. It looks like, you hit it right on the head there, Kevin. That will be offensive pass interference. Had him with the push off there. We'll take a
keeps pushing forward, walks the tightrope along the right sideline, and is dropped out of bounds in Merrillville territory. Gage Finley with a nice run on first down.
Yeah, Gage Finley got to the sideline and then just did a tightrope for about a 15-yard gain. Great job of body control for Finley right there. Big gain. Something positive going for the Vikings.
So following the 4 seasons mechanical first down, the Vikings able to flip the field to go from their own 32 to the opposing 45. So trying to continue this march downfield. Hosick and Finley in the backfield. Danzy, the receiver, split out to the left. 2 receivers to the right. Hosick will give it to Finley. He spins through one would-be tackler, keeps moving, and picks up about 4 yards on that carry. It's now under 30 seconds left to play in the quarter.
Yeah, nice job right there by Finley, slipping through the defensive man right at the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was going to be thrown down for no gain or loss, and picks up some positive yards and make it 2nd and 7. It looks like it's going to be the end of the quarter.
So that will be the last play of the first quarter, a 4-yard pickup from Gage Finley. Merrillville leads over the Vikings after a pair of rushing touchdowns. They lead 13-0. We'll have the second quarter coming up in just a bit. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Michigan City team has racked up 14 sacks this year and 58 tackle for losses. 2nd and 7 from the Michigan City 49-yard line. With Young going out of bounds, the clock stopped at 53 seconds. It's a pitch to Quarles. Quarles cutting up field on the right hash, and he is slammed down at around the 45-yard line. 4-yard gain. 3rd and 3. And there's about a 4-second difference between the game clock and the play clock. Portage will be forced to snap it one more time to close out the first quarter. And then we'll take a quick break as they'll reset the fields and flip sides. 3rd and 3. Portage would love to close out this first quarter with a first down and some momentum, down at 9. McClatchy in motion. They fake it to him. Young going to his right. He plows through a defender, and he'll fall down for a first down, getting through Tony Fields. Clock stops at 6.2 seconds to reset the chains. But all than likely, that was the final play of the first quarter. They're going to run the clock. Portage's going to head to their sidelines. The same for Michigan City. We'll take a quick break as you're watching Game Night in the region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is for a job done
right there by Gage Finley. Just gets the ball as you see the play coming up, and watch him follow his lineman down the field, and boom, the lineman makes a great block right at the point of attack, and Finley just feels it and bounces to the outside for the score.
Finley with the 15-yard scamper helps the Vikings get the start to the second quarter they were hoping for, trailing 13-6, awaiting this extra point from Trevor Faulkner. Danzy will be there for the hold. Sam Thorgren, the long snapper. Thorgren snap, Danzy's hold, and Faulkner's extra point. All good. So the Vikings put the exclamation point on that drive. 11:26 remaining in the second quarter. Merrillville leads 13-7. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Life isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of effort, of a dream taking root. And behind those moments,
or would be probably not worth Mike's pay grade. Here's a throw outside, incomplete. Campbell looking outside for Smith. That pass got tipped at the line by C.J. Chafer, the outside linebacker. So 2nd and 9 for Calumet has become 3rd and 9.
Right now you're in a 3rd and long situation. You're probably going to have to pass. I wonder, do you try a play action, or do you go and try to run it? Or do you go and try to run it and say we're going for it on 4th down?
This Wheeler front has been getting in very quickly when Calumet has tried to pass, so I would think they wouldn't want to waste any more time with the play action. They'd probably just have a straight drop from Campbell. They've been getting enough yards on the ground. You could try to think about 2 runs here. Would be an interesting decision. Campbell throws outside, caught and hit behind the line of scrimmage. Brandon, nowhere to go. Noah Hemler, the middle linebacker, comes up and makes the stop.
Yeah, excellent play there by Hemler. He reads it immediately. He gets right there, and, they had some success with that screen earlier, but not that time.
Calumet is going to keep the offense out on the field. This is a team where, if you watch their game last week against Whiting, every single time they scored, they went for 2. So kicking field goals might not be an option for them. They're still out there for what is going to be 4th and 13 from their own 20. Four Seasons Mechanical 4-down territory. Campbell fires one deep, and it's over the head of his intended target, Olivari, and the Bearcats get away with a stop on defense.
Yeah, that's a big break for the Wheeler Bearcats there. I thought the decision to go for it on 4th and long there was a little interesting. I guess when you're on the road, you've got to be aggressive. It's not a horrible call there, but overall, if you're Wheeler, you kind of feel like you got away with one there.
So they will set up from their own 20. It was all Levi Murray on the last drive. Capped it off with a touchdown. We'll see if they go deeper into the playbook on drive number 3. Logan Fox in the gun. Has 2 guys in the backfield with him. Gets it, and it's Murray on the stretch. Cuts it middle. Levi Murray following his blocks. He has a strong run up to the second level. He's dragged down at the 28 with a solid carry of 8. Levi Murray already inching closer to 100 yards in this game. And it looks like he got a second push at the end of that run. They're giving him a first down. So 1st and 10 from the 29. Fox in the gun once again with 2 running backs in the backfield with him. Sends Andrew Baziri in motion, and they'll throw it to him on the pitch. Baziri is hit hard. As soon as he caught that ball, couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage. That pitch also was almost behind him. If that bounces off his shoulder and caroms the other way, that's a mad scramble for that ball. So Wheeler, not the worst outcome on that play, but they do lose 2 yards.
And I think you got to look at that and be a little bit more careful with the ball going forward.
This clock is flying by. We're already about halfway through this second quarter. Wheeler still leads it 7-2 over the Calumet Warriors. Both these teams average over 40 points a game on offense, but the defenses have come to play tonight. Fox once again has both running backs with him, but he's back to throw. Steps up towards the sidelines, and it's caught and in and out of the hands of Tyne Vetical. He had to go to both knees to try to corral that one, but it just squeaks out of his hands. So 3rd and long upcoming for Wheeler.
Yeah, and that's an unfortunate one again. You run a really good route. The ball was a little low, but overall it wasn't too bad. It was a good play design, just sometimes it doesn't work out.
Vetical is a very talented receiver. He was in the top 10 in receiving yards last year out of all region players. I'm sure he probably thinks he should have had that one.
Oh, absolutely. And he's such a great weapon for them across the board. Obviously, he kicks for them. He's a good receiver. He's one of those guys that if he's on the field and you get the ball in his hands, he's going to make a play.
Fox rolls out to his left, looking, throws on the run outside for Vetical, and it's incomplete. Vetical climbed the ladder, but had no room to make the catch. Kyron Wright, the free safety coming up, was able to knock that one away, and a 3-and-out enforced by the Calumet defense. A big stop for them as they'll be getting the ball back down 5.
Yeah, and you really needed that if you were Calumet there. I feel like there were a couple spots in here this game starts to get away from you a little bit, but if your defense can hang in there, you've got the offense to come through when you need to.
And we've seen our fair share of returns from Olivari in this one. He's back to return this upcoming punt for Calumet. Vetical gets it and boots it away. Short kick, drops at the 40 and goes out of bounds. Not a very far kick there. That was Levi Murray, actually, who was punting that ball, the running back. But nonetheless, Calumet set up in plus territory again with 5:34 to go in the half.
Yeah, and I think you look at it as Calumet, your defense got a big stand. Really, overall, you're about back to where you were when you went for that forward on that fourth down and missed it. It's not a terrible sequence for them here.
They're set up 1st and 10 from the 40, Calumet is. It's been a heavy dose of Bryce Brandon, the region's second leading rusher. We've seen a couple passes thrown in here and there, but they've only been able to complete the screen to Olivari on their last drive. Both tight ends are in the game for Calumet. And it's Brandon, straight up the gut. He has nowhere to go. He just runs into a wall. That Wheeler front three of Braden Olson, Logan Bingham, and Aiden Mason. Everybody sort of crashed down on the running back. He only got 2 yards up to the 42. But this front three for Wheeler, they run a 3-4 on defense. Give them credit. They've been able to contain Brandon, not necessarily stop him on every play, but contain him. They've kept him out of the end zone today. And the only points Calumet has to show was that one safety on Wheeler's opening drive.
Right, and I think if you're Calumet, you look at it and you say, we've put up.
Well, you just watch this play and you see the two receivers lined up to the one receiver lined up to the outside. He runs a slant pattern, and it frees up the running back to come out of the backfield. Looks like they were in man coverage, and the two guys got crisscrossed, and he was able to scamper into the end zone for a no-contact touchdown.
18-yard touchdown throw from Hosick to Finley on 4th down. Evens the score up at 13 with 8:01 left to play, awaiting Trevor Faulkner's extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick. It goes through the uprights, so the Vikings take the lead, 14-13. And the home crowd is loving it. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
May have found something here for the future.
Flag at the time of the snap. There was some pre-snap motion that I think is going to bring this play back. That was a loss of 4 there for Christian Reed. So we'll see what they like to do. Mark Peterson got a decision. Do you take the loss of 4, or do you just take the penalty and take it for 5?
I think I take the former, but that's not my decision up here. But Justin did a great job getting in the backfield despite the penalty on the opposition as well. It looks like, yeah, they'll decline it. That is probably the way to go.
So they'll decline the penalty. They had the aforementioned Mansfield in motion that I think was the infractor.
Mm-hmm.
And now here comes 3rd down and 9. Motion man again. Lalich looks right, comes back left. He's got Verda, but he's taken down well short. That was great pursuit there from Kellogg, as well as Lucas Anderson, the outside linebacker. Anderson's another one of those fun guys to watch on this Chesterton defense.
Yeah, he leads that squad. He makes a couple big plays. He's a sure tackler as well. And these tunnel screens, easy for a lot of the defense to be fooled. Obviously, Lake Central trying to pick up some yards and maybe get enough for the first, but cannot fool this Trojan defense that has been very, very strong here so far. Now just over 2 minutes to go here in the half.
Hollenkemp boots it away. It sends Robinson back inside his own 25, and it takes a Chesterton spin to the 27-yard line. So silent field position. Trojans have 2 timeouts, 2 minutes and 24 seconds left to try to get some points and some more momentum, knowing that Lake Central gets the ball coming out of halftime.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to try and at least milk the clock and get some points. Don't give Lake Central this ball back despite them not really having too much success. Again, they're falling behind the sticks, Lake Central is, and kind of shooting themselves in the foot. But Chesterton here, I'd like to, again, one of the goals, just hold on to this football by the end of the half, and who knows, maybe set up Mace Redden with a chance at redemption. It's another field goal attempt.
5 wide here on 1st and 10 from the 27. Boyd Plenty of time going down the middle, and it's incomplete. He overshot Raffin.
Grab picks up the Four Seasons Mechanical first down, and now the Merrillville Pirates looking to answer and reclaim the lead as they move into Viking territory.
Okay.
Hill will hang on to this one, throws sidearm. He was looking for Lewis. It was broken up by the line by Fry, but there was a flag on the play.
Looked like a little bit of contact before the ball got there. On that previous play, Hill had to about thrown that ball about 40 yards in the air with a diving catch over the top there. Fans don't like that one.
So the penalty will go against the Vikings. As you can tell by the reaction from the home crowd, that will move the Pirates upfield, give them a new set of downs. So they'll start over on the 23-yard line, first down. Johnson to the right of Hill in the backfield. Hill throws a strike to the right to Jordan. He has some room to go, gets to the 15, keeps spinning forward, takes a couple of tacklers with him, and it will be enough for the first down.
Yeah, Jordan did a nice little stop and spin route, spin back to the inside. Maryville up to the line of scrimmage again already.
New set of downs. Hill, swing pass to the left. Johnson, he's got some room to go. Turns the corner at the 10, and he makes his way to the end zone. So J.Q. Johnson and the Pirates strike back.
That was a lateral. So he gets those yards for rushing. It looks like Hill threw that ball back behind him, and the running back made a great catch and just dashed into the end zone. Boy, the up and down of this game has accelerated quickly here in the second quarter.
So 20 yards for Johnson makes it 19-14. Gonzalez with the PAT sends it through the uprights, so you can make it 20-14. Merrillville leads with 7:09 remaining in the second.
Almost got another one. Yeah, they fake it to Cole. The safety's becoming a big problem for Young. He threw an interception to the Chesterton safety last week. Young's got to stop with these risky throws. That's what's hurting Portage at the current moment. 3rd and 12 from the 41. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Young going to throw downfield. It's intercepted this time. Smoot has it. Smoot across the 50. He cuts it back in, and he's tackled down. 3rd interception by Cody Young. And it looks like a player might be hurt. It looks like it might have been Cody Young, and they're getting him off the field. Smoot, the safety, playing back, played it ever so perfectly, and ran it to the 41.
Haven't done that yet, but here on the road they can steal some momentum as they're playing the role of villains tonight. And they're going to blow this one dead. False start on LC, so before we can even get this one going, there's your penalty that you were worried about.
Yeah, well, let's check that off the list. Let's not get 2 penalties here, I guess. But, yeah, that's one of those things as a coach that just really kind of makes your skin crawl. First play of a drive.
Yeah.
Get the ball back here, guys. Let's make a play. Let's make our first impression on 1st and 10. And our first impression features some laundry on the field. Killer there right now. But there could be worse penalties, I guess. But they got to follow this up here with hopefully a clean operation. And at this point, just hold on to the football. And again, still minute 33. This Chesterton defense now winning first down, I'd say, right here already. They may try and get the ball back. Still 2 timeouts in their back pocket.
Yeah, each side with 2. This is now 1st and 15 from the Indian 27. Walich. Backer picks up, pocket collapses. Kellogg brings him down. At the 22-yard line, big 9-7 picks up his third sack of the season, tying the team lead with Zane Westerlund.
Looks like they ran a stunt up front there to free him up, and just like that, a big play to really kind of negate after, again, that big penalty to start the drive, and now Chesterton finally gets home for their first sack of the evening.
So now here comes 2nd down and 20. Lalich will go near sideline, and it's short. He had Verda on a comeback route near the original line of scrimmage, and now
they were going left. It was the defender coming off the edge from the right side that punched it out. Thurman, pretty sure, handed wide receiver with a costly turnover. Now it's going to be up to the Michigan City defense to make sure that Portage doesn't get on the board. 8:40 to go in the first half. Portage on the Michigan City 40. Receiver in motion. It's a handoff to the left side. Duff will tote the football and move it to the 37-yard line, a 3-yard gain. Gibson with the tackle. This is a prime opportunity for Portage to gain some momentum. And
Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville. You can visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
Can't be like the Rams last night and come up short.
Oh, boy. As in the shotgun, Finley to the left of Hosick. He will hand it off to Finley. He has some room to go. Keeps going and gets the first down.
And we got a late hit here. Something going on in the backfield. We'll have to see what it looked like. It was after the play.
Yep. It
That's
looked
going
like
to be
one of the linemen.
Personal foul. We just don't know which way it's going. It was thrown after the play, so it'll be marked off from where the spot was. It'll be first down. Now they're trying to decide whether it was after the play or before the play ended.
Just like we talked about on that punt, those penalties, that will hurt the Vikings.
So it'll be after the play. They'll get first down from the 32-yard line.
So that's
okay. Wait a minute. Let's see. They're not moving. They're not changing it down.
They changed it on the. I thought he said it on the microphone that it would be a first down.
They're not changing it on the. There he goes.
There we go. So 1st and 10 from the 32. So now they're 2 yards further than where they initially started.
But at least they got the first down.
Right. New set of downs. Hosick rolling to his right, looking to pass. Instead, he will tuck it and run. He gets past the 25 and then moved out of bounds. Keith Edwards providing the coverage from linebacker after Hosick picks up about 8 yards.
And great job by Hosick right there as he was looking down the field. All his receivers were well covered, and he had plenty of green in front of him. Turf green, not grass, turf green
Artificial
right in front of
green.
him. Yep. And boy, he made use of it. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
2nd and a yard to go from the 23. 5 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in the half. Hosick sends a receiver in motion from left to right, hands it off to Finley. He cuts to the left, and Edwards is able to wrap him up and bring him down. But Finley picks up a couple of yards and also picks up the Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
Well, we've got an excited Valparaiso crowd, and I'm sure they were anticipating the worst because you got a 1-5 team coming in and a 4-2 team coming in.
But even as we said, this is a spirited crowd. It's
Yes.
homecoming. You have to kind of throw out the records in a rivalry matchup like this. 1st and 10 from the 21. High snap. Hosick gives it to Finley. He cuts to the left. Makes a nice move. Keeps dancing forward. Goes to the 10. Powering and knocked out of bounds. But Gage Finley, look at the moves of this man as he goes to the left.
How about it? He made 2 guys miss. Like he disappeared out of thin air. Poof, he was gone. What great vision, balanced by Finley there. Unbelievable.
He gets the Four Seasons Mechanical first down, and now 1st and goal for the Vikings. So they were able to overcome that penalty that backed them up to the 32 And now with 4 minutes, 37 seconds remaining, trailing 20-14, they have it. First and goal to go. Hosick tosses it to Parisi. He looks to spin forward, gets to the 5, continues to move the legs. The Pirates will swarm to him, still pushing the pile, and eventually this play will come to a conclusion.
Well, it looks like it concluded at about the 2-yard line.
And that's where, when there's a pile up like that, that's where you have to be careful to avoid doing anything extra.
That's right. Well, it looks like it's going to be on the 3-yard line, so second and goal from the 3.
So getting a little creative with the motion and the pop pass. Second and goal from the 3. Just under 4 minutes left to play. Hosick in the shotgun. Pirates sending pressure. Finley takes it, and Merrillville will quickly get to him near the line. Finley didn't have much room to scurry there.
Number 50, Dominique Jones, comes up and just smashes Finley right in the backfield. Looks like he lost a couple yards. Going to be third down and about 4. Yeah, looks like that's so he lost a yard on that play.
Third and goal just inside the 5.
And it's first time we said Jones is named defensively for the Pirates. He got 16 tackles and 3 for losses on the season.
Hosick will hang on to it. Looking to go to the left side. Stanley Freeman will get to him and stop him short of the goal line.
Boy, nice open field tackle there by Freeman to stop Hosick. If he gets away from there, he's got a touchdown. Doesn't look like they're even scurrying up the field goal unit. They're going to stay on the field.
This means they've entered Four Seasons Mechanical 4-down territory, brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville.
Well, they're going to run a play. I thought they would let the clock run down and bring out the field goal unit, but no dice. When you're the underdog, you got to take all the chances.
2 minutes, 35 seconds left to play in the half. They'll put Parisi in motion. Finley to the left of Hosick. Hosick dropping back to pass. He's running out of room. Q-Ron Moore barreling towards him. He throws one to Bernard for a touchdown. So the Vikings roll the dice on fourth down, and they get the result they were hoping for. Hosick with his second touchdown of the night.
Boy, what a great job. Hosick extending the play, rolling out to his right. That a nice little play fake in the middle. Extends the play and finds number 14, Sam Bernard, right in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. Well done, Vikings, making this a game.
So Bernard with his first touchdown of the season, picked a good time for it. Evens the score up at 20, awaiting the extra point from Faulkner. He will hammer it through the uprights, so the Vikings reclaim the lead, 21-20 with 2.
Fifth-ranked team in that poll. They're in trouble, down 3 at half. The Wheeler Bearcats are to the Calumet Warriors. The clock is moving. Everyone's kind of just lined up at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like that will do it. Halftime, it's the Warriors, the Road Warriors, if you will, controlling the game at half, 10-7. We'll step aside for a moment. We'll be back with halftime coverage next. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe
is away. This will allow McKinney to return it. McKinney had a good return last week. He pulls past some defenders. He crosses the 40 to the 50, and he's slammed down. An explosive return by Zaire McKinney up to the Portage 45. A 53-yard return, I would say, by Zaire McKinney. Zai Parker was the one that threw him out. Michigan City's offense had a turnover on their last drive. Just got the interception by Smoot, and then Thurman coughed up the football. Two receivers to the right, two to the left. Hart gets the snap, looking to his right. He's going to set his feet, throw downfield. He's got a man open, and it's caught. Nick Stewart gets the first down. 11-yard gain up to the 34. But the impressive part here, look at the blocking from Michigan City, allowing Hart all the time in the world to put on a beautiful throw with Stewart heading towards the sidelines. That's a four-season mechanical first down. Clock stopping at 4:04. 15-3, Wolves. Three receivers to the left. Hart went to his right through left, and it's dropped by McKinney. Michigan City has so many good weapons that they can turn to at any time. Trent Hart, a couple of touchdown passes, building off his great week last week. Drake Collier lined up in the slot. Thurman gets the ball. Thurman spinning off some defenders. He's finally stood up, but he got a good chunk of change there. Spot him at the 29. 5. Michigan City can go to any of their plays. They can go to any of their weapons that they have at their disposal. Laurent to the right of Hart.
Passing on third down. He will connect with Walker, or with Lewis.
Looks like first down.
It is complete, and it is good for the first down.
Clock stops.
Four Seasons mechanical first down. It gets the Pirates just under 2 minutes to play. They will adjust personnel at the line. Walker will be the receiver on the right side. They were not set up. They were not ready to go as that ball was snapped. And so there will be a penalty marker. So we'll get things sorted out. 1:49 left to play, and the Pirates will move back 5 yards. So both teams trying to avoid letting penalties disrupt these drives.
Yeah, Maryville just sort of shooting themselves in the foot here. Can't stand prosperity.
1st and 15, 1:49 left to play. Hill dropping back to pass, scanning his options, looks to the right, sends a high balloon downfield just out of the hands of Walker. Walker had one man to beat. That was Varnado in coverage. He was able to extend the hands, but then it just slips out. Incomplete.
Another about 40-yard floater right on the money by Hill. Receiver just not able to corral it in. At Walker, boy, just a half a step. What is the football in the game of inches?
Yeah.
Right there.
Following the incompletion, 2nd and long for the Pirates. 1:43 left to play before the half. Hill, lone man in the backfield. He's going to take it. Quarterback keeper follows his blockers, weaves to the left side of the line, and will be sent out of bounds at the 26.
Boy, it almost like you're saving Valpo a timeout right there.
Or actually, the progress will take him to the 30.
So it's going to be, looks like about third.
Now they're moving it.
that chain is bouncing all over the place over there. Went from 9 to 8 to 12.
That makes a difference.
Yes, it does.
3rd and 12, so a 3-yard pickup for Hill. 3 receivers to his right, 1 short side to the left. He's got Bogart on the slant. Instead, opts to go downfield to Lewis. The tight end will take it and run towards midfield, getting the first down and then some.
Boy, the linebackers for Valpo were all bunched on top of each other and left a huge gap right in the middle of the field, and Hill just slammed it right into the Walker, the tight end, and he was able to make a nice run after the catch.
So following the Four Seasons mechanical first down, Maryville will take a timeout. That stops things with 1:29 left to play. Valparaiso leads 21-20. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's
And
right.
the
This is a
fourth
paid apprenticeship.
interception by Cody Young. But instead, it's 4th down. And most likely going to see a punt here. Hard to tell, though, with Cody Young serving as both the quarterback and the punter of the Portage Indians. But this is a punt formation. 2:25 on the clock, still left in the first half. Michigan City bringing the pressure. They want to try and block this, but Young gets rid of it quickly. It's a spiraling punt to the hands of Thomas. Thomas across the 40, and he goes out of bounds as the referee is going to mark him at the 49. But then Thomas got hit. Some of the Michigan City coaches looked frustrated. They didn't see a call there. But with the pressure coming in, Young kicked the ball away. It was a line drive punt, and Thomas caught it pretty quickly. There was no one back there. Thomas has some good speed, put on the jet burners, and they put him at midfield, exactly the 50. Michigan City, bit of a rough last drive, just looked very sloppy. Ball on the left hash. Michigan City, thanks to that incompletion, didn't have to use a timeout. They have 2 left in the first half. Hart trying to make a play here. Quick pass to the right, and it is batted up into the air, and it falls down incomplete as Ryan McClelland almost got there to pick off the football. That swing pass led to a 36-yard completion earlier, and that time it was read perfectly by Portage. Looked like it could have been Shane Hill. Got his hand on the football for the pass disruption. It's a keeper. Hart going to his left. Stiff arm, and he goes out of bounds. It's Portage defense looking stronger as this game goes along. Looked a bit rough early, allowing some big plays for Michigan City. 3-yard gain, and importantly for Michigan City is that Hart got out of bounds to stop the clock at 2:05. They're going to throw. Hart wants to go deep downfield. Defender falls, and McKinney's wide open, and McKinney will walk into the end zone for the touchdown. A 47-yard hookup. Hart to McKinney. Tell me you've heard that one before. And Hart has his second, or McKinney has his second receiving touchdown. Defender fell right over. McKinney was wide open. Could have drew up a better play. And Michigan City goes up 21-3. Trent Hart with his 3rd touchdown pass, matches last week's total. The extra point is good. Tack on one more, and the Wolves lead 22-3. We'll take a 60-second break because you're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Indiana-made grocery store. Be sure to stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. We're always active on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and online at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. We'll preview some awards, although this game is far from over. First of which will be the Crawl Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Joe, do you have any candidates for that Superhero of the Game, potentially?
I have to be honest, my first thought goes to Olivari. He's got the fake punt. He has a couple big runs in there. He's just the kind of guy that's been making plays where he's had opportunities all game. I think you also got to give Brandon a little bit of a shout out. He's been doing a great job on the ground. Lots of good options from both sides a little bit, and I think we've got quite a few twists and turns left in this game.
Game definitely far from over. Crawl Companies have offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday, and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Next, the blue-collar player of the game, kind of the guy that's doing a lot of the hard work, being seen and not heard. I have a candidate potentially from Calumet, and it's Kalani Robinson, the defensive end who got in for that safety. He's been working hard up.
All sizes throughout the country since 1994. So following the 9-yard touchdown strike from Hill to Bowles, Maryville leads 27-21 with 63 seconds to play before halftime. We'll see how the Vikings choose to play this one, as they will be receiving the kickoff to start the third quarter. So if there's some urgency, as they do have all 3 timeouts remaining, down 27-21, Benito Gonzalez will handle the kick for the Pirates. He will sky it short to the 30, and a fair catch by the Vikings. Oh, wait a minute. It'll be a dead ball. There's encroachment.
Somebody on the Maryville Pirates kickoff team downfield a little early. They're going to move it up 5 yards for the Vikings.
So the penalties have been impacting both sides here this evening, and even just 5 yards on a kickoff, that could be the difference when you're trying to run that quick end of the half operation.
Yeah, and then Maryville has not kicked it deep yet, so they've been doing these pooch kicks.
Now they'll set it up at the opposite hash mark, and we'll see how they execute this one. Here's Gonzalez. Line drive to the back row. Parisi scoops it up. He's going to slice to the right. Looking for room up the middle. Parisi already one big kickoff return tonight. Blowing the pile towards midfield. He will get stopped near the Valparaiso logo. And so Kellen Hosick and company will start at midfield.
Yeah, the way this game is going, I think both defenses thought it was halftime when the first quarter ended and went into the locker room. So there's been 35 points scored in this second quarter. That's crazy for high school football.
55 seconds remaining in the quarter. The Vikings need to go 50 yards to see if we can add to that 35-point total. So Hosick in the shotgun, 2 receivers to either side. They'll put Finley in motion towards the left. Hosick's looking right. Throws one to Lovig. He will scurry forward to the 45, so picks up a few yards. Chase Lovig, the senior receiver, makes the completion, and the Vikings will take a timeout, stopping things with 45.4 seconds. So we can stay with Region Sports after the game as we send it back to the Centier Bank studio. RSN will recap all of tonight's action from around the region, all from the Centier Bank studio. And how about this one? At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man superhero of the game. Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals. There's a lot of candidates tonight.
Yeah, how about it? I just talked about Hill a second ago. You got Gage Finley with 2 touchdowns. You got Hosick managing this offense beautifully with his feet and his with his arm a little bit here and there. But boy, what a second quarter! 45 seconds left. Could we have 2 more scores maybe?
The way these offenses have been playing, you never know. 45.4 seconds to go. Ball's on the 44. 2nd and 4 for the Vikings. So here's Hosick in the shotgun. And what do we have here?
Offsides on the defense. Going to give him 5 yards on a first down. He was lined up offsides. We had a perfect view of it, and I really couldn't see who was offsides, but that's what they call.
So another tough break on the penalty. Moves the Vikings up 5 yards, and it'll give them a new set of downs. So that first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville. 1st and 10 from the 39. 2 receivers to either side. Finley to the right of Hosick. He drops back, looking to pass. He is hit as he throws, and then a leaping catch made by Bernard. He hangs on to it as a pair of Pirates are able to make contact with him.
Boy, number 32 for the Maryville Pirates just came and popped him right as he caught the ball, and it's going to be another timeout.
Ellis not giving Bernard any room to take it and run. So it's a first down at the 28. Valparaiso takes another timeout. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org.
Well, I can honestly say right now, it's nobody on the defense.
Well, there's still 2 more quarters where maybe they could prove their case.
Yes, how about it? They'd really have to come out in the second half and play some outstanding football. They're going to hit a lot of adjustments. The coaches are probably both sides defensively are going, what can we do to slow these offenses down?
And you think about the first half on back-to-back possessions. You had the fumble recovery by Papakronis, then the interception by Brown.
Yeah.
It's been all offense since then. Hosick in the shotgun. Ball's at the right hash mark. Drops back in the pocket. He's running out of time. Throws one downfield. Freeman nearly gets the interception, but it falls incomplete.
And 32 in on the play again for the Vikings.
Savion Ellis providing that pressure.
Boy, he looked like he was shot out of a cannon. He came out of nowhere and was right in Hosick's face right as he was releasing the ball.
So it'll be second down for the Vikings as they just avoided the interception. That's certainly something they're looking to avoid after a plethora of interceptions last week.
Yeah, he's got time. They can run the ball here if they want to. They've got 1 timeout still left.
34 seconds left to play. Second down from the 28. Maryville leads 27-21. Handoff to Finley. He's got room up the middle. Dancing forward to the 20. Keeps working and is eventually halted.
Yeah, they're not, I would think you're not going to spike the ball. Here they go.
So third and about a yard to go.
It should be fourth down. Yes.
Yeah. So 4th and 1 from the 20 or from the 19.
Yes, he did, and
So
the guy sitting next to me goes, "Wait a minute, why are they spiking the ball on 4th down?" I go, or 3rd down. Good question.
With a timeout remaining, so Four Seasons Mechanical 4th down territory here for the Vikings. Handoff to Finley. He will go to the left side of the line. He is twisted down, so he'll get the first down. Gets to the 15. So gets a new set of downs for the Vikings. Now they
16 seconds left. They use their final
timeout. So that first down brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. You can visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. Here's one that we have a lot of candidates for. Stay with us after the game, and we'll name the Proud to Be Union Play of the Game presented by Ironworkers 395. To find out how you can become a union ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. Zach Zanelli, our producer, better be keeping track of all these highlights we have stored.
I wrote down the one, the diving catch. It came at 7:23. I can't remember, in the second quarter.
Oh, the Lewis with the Superman catch.
Yes.
Extending in.
Yeah, I love that analogy. It looked like he had his cape out and he flew and was able to make that catch. I was a wide receiver in college, so yes, I always like the wide receiver that dives like that and makes the catch and is able to hang on to it. That's an incredible catch. That's mine.
But there's still 2 more quarters to play. So the way this one's been going, we might have a lot more to highlight. First and 10 from the 15. Hosick, play action, rolling right, running out of time. Hits his receiver, Machichi. He gets stood up at the 5. Has to slow down. Time's still going.
Time's still going. They got to get up and spike that ball. It is not a first down.
They're not going to run out.
They're going to run out of time.
They will not be able to get back to the line in time.
That's the half.
So Machichi did not go down there after the contact.
Huge.
So the first half will end. The Vikings come up short in the red zone, ending the first half with a score of 27-21. Maryville ahead by 6 in what's a heated Duneland battle here. Maryville, number 2 in our RSN poll, hanging on against the 1-5 Vikings. We will step aside. We will continue to bridge the gap between the second and third quarter with a halftime analysis, take a look at some scores from around the region, and plenty more. So stick around. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to
This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. They'll take this out from the 1-yard line, and it is Jaden Mansfield. Good return out to the 24-yard line, so +4 on the net gain there.
And now the story again for Lake Central. There were penalties, and there were some more penalties. They really kind of back it up offensively. How are they going to clean things up? And we saw some explosive plays. We saw them get into enemy territory quite a few times, but again, just drives that stalled. A couple mistakes, and before you know it, again, they're punting the football right back. So they're going to need a much cleaner second half here. And again, this first impression here, it starts right now.
Walich still leads the team out onto the field.
And Portage gets the stop that they were looking for. Antonio Yates almost had the INT, but a good play by the sophomore free safety. 28.9 seconds, and Portage is going to use one of those timeouts. We'll take a 30-second timeout with them. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificate.
Freshman coming up big today. Had a lot of angry runs and caught a couple passes as well, and now obviously showing his versatility as a passer.
Unbelievable. Snap spotted down, and this game is not tied. Wide left from Olenkamp. It just missed that left upright. But either way, the Lake Central's on the board with a bang. 1-point game. This is game 9.
But Portage will get good field position here, about midfield. There comes the punt. Bit of a high snap. Line drive punt. Good coverage coming up for Portage. It takes a roll, and what an impressive punt by Alvaro Serrano. He averages around 32 yards per punt. That pins back Portage. They're saying that it was touched at the 31. Portage has 2 timeouts left. 17.8 seconds. They need to go 69 yards for the score. Don't forget, we have the Region Sports Network halftime show. Scores from around the region, a commissioner's corner. And we'll recap the first half and get you ready for the second half. Portage walking up to the football. It's Young and Duff. QB1 and QB2 in the backfield, but Duff being lined up as a running back tonight. Young wants to throw, goes to his left, the high throw, it's brought in. The Michigan City more than happy to allow Portage to get that underneath stuff. The quick hitter to the left. Gets him about 9 yards. That was DeMarcus Jenkins who made the catch. And Portage called a timeout. The clock ran out, but now they're going to have to sort this out and reset it. There's 2 zeros up on the board, and now there's just massive confusion. You can see it from the fans, the coaches, the players. Right now they have 1 second added up onto the board. 22-3 Michigan City. The Wolves capitalizing on the miscues from Cody Young. 3 interceptions, one of them from Ethan Buzzkirk. Isaiah Smoot went up and got one. And then Meek Laurent with his phenomenal play. If Portage wants to get back in it, they're going to need Young to play some cleaner football. Because the plays oftentimes look good, getting guys open. And if he puts the ball in the right spot, there's a good chance of turning into chunk plays for the Indians. But the throws it a little bit off the mark. And this is a game of inches, that is football. Michigan City just dropping back into coverage, reading his eyes, and getting to the football. They've rallied around it all night long. Last play of the first half coming up right here. Young going to his right. It's batted down. Looked like it was Gibson that jumped up and knocked it down. And that's how the first half will end. Michigan City with pure domination in all three levels.
Head of the chains. We've seen a few negative run plays on some tosses and some sacks as well.
Right, and I think you want to stay out of those third and long situations, especially with your passing game struggling a little bit. If you're going to pass, you want it to be a short one.
Fox hands to Murray, stretch run to the right. He has a lane, and he's through to the second level. Levi Murray dives forward up to the 45, 20-yard run. He has himself a Four Seasons mechanical first down, and the Bearcats are already cooking on this first drive out of the half.
Yeah, and this is exactly how you wanted to start it. You got it going on the ground a little bit. This is your chance to kind of control the clock here and control the game a little bit.
Already 25 rushing yards for Levi Murray on the drive. Two receivers in the game, vertical, lined up to the far side at the top of your screen. Fox again to Murray. Gets away across the 50, across the near the 45. He's pushed out of bounds. Flags fly at the end of that play. We might see a hold upcoming on Wheeler. Adrian Williams, the senior nose tackle, waving his hands. It looks like he thinks it's on Wheeler. Officials still discussing, but the Bearcats are moving back, and it is holding. That's on the right guard. Jacob Smith got a little too handsy at the second level. So they're back to the 40. They only lost 5 yards for the first down play upcoming, because the 10 yards is from the spot of the foul. Fox in the gun again with Murray behind him. And Fox will look to throw, rolling out to his left. Throws over the middle, and it's caught vertical out of bounds across the 50, but there's another flag down in the backfield. We could be seeing another hold against the Bearcats, and that's something that plagued Calumet in the first quarter. 4 holding penalties they had in the first quarter of this one, but Joe, Wheeler is not helping themselves out here.
Oh, not at all. That's kind of a killer. You finally get a good play in the passing game. You're getting yourself back ahead of the sticks, and then you get the holding penalty, and now you're looking at first and very long.
You're looking at first and 25 from the 30. But that is what killed Calumet in that first quarter. They had multiple drives inside the 30 that got pushed back near midfield due to those penalties. Calumet was able to overcome it. They still had the lead coming out of half. Wheeler played a pretty penalty-free first half, but already 2 holds on this first drive. Fox will look to throw and try to get some yards back. He has time. He dances, rolls out, outside, sliding down, and making the catch along the boundary, the senior David Diaz. Diaz with his 4th catch on the year. He's the 3rd receiver in this Wheeler offense, sort of a slot guy they like to use in long yardage situations. Vetical and Anthony Huron are the 2 primary pass catchers for the Bearcats, as well as Connor Welch, the tight end, number 18, but we haven't called his name in the passing game at all today either.
No, it's been a very slow day overall in the passing game for Wheeler. I think if you take out that holding this drive, they've done a decent job kind of getting it going a little bit and building a bit of a rhythm.
Fox hands Murray, gets to the second level along the left side, trying to get around the corner. He cannot. The Calumet linebackers were able to chase him down and push him out around the 40, so it's 3rd and long upcoming for the Bearcats. 3rd and 16 from the 39. Give credit to this Calumet front. You know, holding penalties have to be earned to some extent. If your defensive end gets past you, you'd rather give up a hold than the sack. So Calumet doing their part on the defensive end. But Wheeler has their work cut out for 3rd and long. It's a screen pass caught by Murray along the sidelines. He has blocks. He cuts it to the middle of the field. He breaks off a tackle. He's across the 45 with a first down. Levi Murray gets into the game on the receiving end. That's only his 6th catch on the year, but it's a much-needed one. A first down into enemy territory.
Absolutely, and he's made a lot of big plays today. That's probably one of the biggest there. You're looking at it if you're Wheeler and you got a good shot to get back in control of this game, and if you don't pick that up, you're in trouble. But now you're moving, you're in enemy territory, and you've got a good shot. This
is a Wheeler offensive line that is sizable. Of their 5 primary linemen, 225, 232, 245, 265, 240. It's just you've had multiple Calumet guys crashing down on you. Leak the linemen out, give the running back some space to work. Murray made a couple guys miss, and 16 yards for a first down. Under 9 minutes to go in the third quarter, and the Bearcats have a solid drive going, looking to tie this one up or potentially take the lead out of the half. Fox is in the gun with 2 running backs in the game, Levi Murray as well as the freshman Andrew Baziri. They fake the toss to Baziri. Fox throws deep down the middle of the field for Vetical, and it's in and out of his hands. One-on-one coverage, great defensive effort there by Marcus Louver, knocking the ball out of the wide receiver's hands.
Yeah, excellent play there. That was certainly a touchdown, and it would have been a big one. This Wheeler passing game has gotten close a couple of times. They just can't quite make the big play.
Vetical against Louvert, and it's the senior defensive back who is able to get up there and knock it away. Louvert has been a great force outside this game, has 2 interceptions on the year, and he has had Vetical locked down this entire game. Murray, handoff on second and medium. He gets up near the first down marker, but once again, flags are flying near the first down marker. Could this be yet another hold? The left tackle, Aiden Mason, for Wheeler is down at the very end of that play. And it is going to be another hold against Wheeler, and we're going to step aside. We hope Mason is okay. We'll be back with more. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers.
I do not know, and that's why I think they're talking over it right now.
They're going to call
it a hold, so that will move the sticks. We'll look at the replay once again, and we'll kind of slow it down for you guys. Get back to pass, kind of a similar play. Tried to fit it in there, and yeah, might have been tough. Again, the ball was, again, thrown high, so you're trying to reach up and grab that, but I don't know, Kevin.
Yeah, that's
the call. What can you do? Got to respond. Can't hang your head low, and got to rebound here quick.
From the 8, first and goal. Ball's on the ground, and Boyd's going to go backwards. It'll be second and goal now from the 14. A 6-yard loss on the opening play.
And hey, who knows, Kevin? I mean, I know it's not fourth down. An old saying goes, ball does not lie. So maybe some an instant get back there to force a little bit of a loss. But Chesterton has been very solid on kind of these second and third and long plays too, as well. They've done a great job. Obviously, a little bit tougher here when the field kind of shrinks. You can't have those deeper routes that they probably had earlier in the drive.
They love to call this Govea territory. Boyd flushed out, flag down. So this play will be negated as Boyd sends this one into the next county. And here comes a holding penalty, more than likely, as Cameron Reddick was a free rusher and just got shoved out of the play entirely.
Yeah, and for Chesterton, we talked about in the first half where Lake Central maybe had just a half that was not as clean as the Trojans. From what we're seeing right now from Chesterton, it's been tough sledding here. After getting that first down via a penalty, now they've had a fumbled snap with a goal-to-go situation, and now a holding penalty to really kind of back them up. And Another second and long, although it does say second and goal on your scoreboard ticker. It is much longer than that.
It's second and goal from the 24.
Got to try and cut this back, and again, try and give Mace Redmond another chance of redemption.
Fringe field goal territory. Quick out route inside the 20. It was Raffin again on the catch.
All right, and I think that's a perfectly ran play call. Again, something they've had a lot of success with those quick hitters, those quick outs, those quick hitches. And that's kind of what you want when you just want to try and put points up on the board and require Lake Central to score a touchdown if they want to take the lead.
6 yards on that one, and now here comes third and goal from the 18. You're definitely in Mace Redmond range. Keep in mind, he did miss earlier from 40 in the first quarter.
More importantly, Andrew Govea back on the field. Was sidelined for a little bit.
Boyd again, and that one's blown up. Great open field tackle. Raffin with the catch. Tackle made by Shamsidan, and now here comes fourth down and goal from the 12, and Redmond trots out with the rest of the field goal unit.
And that's how you dial it up. You have two quick plays where you pretty much cut it in half. We talked about second and goal from the 24. Now you set up a little bit nicer kick. Yeah, you're on the right hash, and that's never, you'd of course rather have it straight on, but set up a much nicer field goal for a kicker that obviously he's trying to get his get back after missing one earlier.
From 29 yards in the right hash, here's Mace Redmond. Now 4 for 5 on the season. On the way, and it's pure. That was a bomb from Mace Redmond. Makes up for the miss from 40 earlier with one from 29 and a tough angle. And it's 10-6 Chesterton. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network. The only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business.
And Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. We'll take a break and come right back to talk about the first half and get you ready for the second half from Main Field in Michigan City, Indiana. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Life isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of effort, of a dream taking root. And behind those moments, there's trust. Thank you for trusting Centier Bank with those moments and making us a part of your story. Thank you for the opportunity.
To the sidelines with an apparent injury. He was very slow to get up after that last play. He's walking around on the sidelines under his own power, and we hope that he is okay. But that could be a killer for Wheeler in this game. He's been their main source of offense. Here's the second running back, Andrew Baziri, looking for room, and he's up to the 30 with a solid carry on second and long. It'll set up a third and medium. Wheeler going quickly. Fox is back to throw, looking, has time, throws to the sidelines, incomplete. Just a little bit too tall for David Diaz. 4th down upcoming from the 30. This would be a 47-yard field goal. I don't know if Tyne Vetical has that much leg in him, and it looks like the Wheeler offense will stay on the field. It's Four Seasons Mechanical, 4-down territory, 4th and 7 from the 30. It's been a struggle all game for Logan Fox to find open receivers in this one. He has 3 receivers in the game for 4th down. Straight drop for Fox. He's looking, fires to the sidelines, batted in the air, and incomplete. Brandon Smith, the defensive back, comes in for the PBU. He stands tall, puts the seatbelt on, and the Warriors come away with another defensive stop.
Another excellent play by this Calumet secondary, and I think if you look at it, you want to talk about Logan Fox, he just hasn't had that much opportunity to push the ball downfield at all. The secondary has been fantastic all game.
Marcus Luvert and Brandon Smith have been terrific. They've been bracketing Anthony Huron and Tyne Vetical, the 2 primary receivers for Wheeler. They have had nowhere to go. Huron has just 2 catches for 12 yards. Vetical yet to catch a pass today. Calumet looking to eat up clock on offense. It's Brandon. Straight up the gut. He's getting a push from his lineman. He's still on his feet across the 35. A strong carry as Calumet looks to continue to eat up this clock. They're under 20 minutes away from upsetting the number 5 ranked team in the region.
Right, and I think you get that stop, and now you're back in control of this game.
That was a strong run of 8 from Bryce Brandon, who has been controlling the clock with his linemen all throughout this game. Give credit to this Calumet offensive line, giving him some room to run. Only 2 receivers in the game for Calumet on 2nd and short. It's Brandon again. This time he has nowhere to go. He breaks off a tackle and reaches for the first down marker at the 40. He's very close, and they're going to give it to him on the second effort. Bryce Brandon has a Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
Yet another big run for Brandon there, and they need that. They've got the clock going. They've got a chance to gain even more control of this game if they can get a score here. And if they can just keep moving downfield, they've got a really good shot in this one.
6:30 to go in the 3rd. Calumet looking to keep control of the ball. Brandon, stretch run to the outside. He looks like he had the corner for a moment. Then he was swarmed up, and we have flags down behind the play, and that could be another holding penalty against the Warriors.
Yeah, and penalties have really kind of become the story of this game, especially after Wheeler's last drive. We've got a lot of holding. We've got a lot of good plays being erased by some really preventable penalties.
And it will be a hold on this Calumet offensive line. When they haven't been called for holding penalties, they've looked solid. But they're pushed way behind the sticks, back to the 30 for a 1st and 20. And we haven't really seen Calumet air it out. They've only completed 2 passes in this game. It's been a lot of pounding the rock to Brandon, but they might have to air it out here. They need 20 yards for a first. Direct snap, Brandon, and the Wildcat nowhere to go. The Bearcats swarm him just past the line of scrimmage. And I think the last thing you need here for Calumet is just a mistake on offense. I think the way their brand of football, especially the way they played in this one, I think they're fine just running it a couple more times and then punting it back to Wheeler. Their defense has really stood tall on this one, and the last thing they need is an unnecessary mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're kind of that ground and pound type of team and you've got a playmaking defense like they have, your goal at this point is just don't turn the ball over.
2nd and 18 from the 32. There's 4 wide in the game, 3 to the near side. And Campbell will look to throw. Steps into a bomb. Down the sidelines. He has a man, but it's in and out of his hands. Brandon Smith along the sidelines. Could not get enough separation from the defensive back, David Diaz, who knocked that play away. We've seen a couple of big plays from defensive backs on both sides of this contest. Smith was almost loose down the sidelines for a touchdown, but Diaz got his hand in there. And we do have flags in the backfield of this one. Could be another holding penalty. If it is, I think Wheeler would just decline it. It'd be 3rd and 18 upcoming.
Absolutely. You don't want to give him a chance to replay the down.
Oh, it's pass interference, I believe. Or a face mask penalty.
Who was into the backfield untouched.
And Lake Central got home, which was nice, but again, had a man open. Again, that pressure sped up the throw and a little bit off the line, but there's that shot play we were talking about, and things could have got from bad to worse for Lake Central if that one was connected because he had nothing but green grass in front of him.
So here's 2nd and 10. 2 minutes and change left in the quarter. Pressure comes from the edge. Checks it down. It's caught. It's Michael Roan, who got injured earlier in the quarter. And he's taken down at the 27-yard line and brings up 3rd and short.
Good to see him back on the field as well. He was definitely shaken up down for about a minute after an incomplete pass earlier in this quarter, and now sets things up with a big catch and run there. He's somebody that does not go down easily with his big frame, and I wouldn't say it's 2 plays here given how much they're backed up, but definitely very manageable here with this rush offense.
Govea back in on 3rd down and 3, and with the play clock slowly trickling down, Mark Peterson burns his 2nd timeout of the half. That's an interesting decision there. Now they only have 1 left as they near the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they have 1, and Lake Central has 2, so timeouts are getting used already here. Again, it's a close game, but if this game stays close in the 4th frame, those timeouts, although you don't want to take 5 yards there with that play clock running down, those timeouts might loom large if this game stays in the 1-score game, and right now it's tracking for sure.
You are watching Game Night in the Region Sports Network, presented by George's Euro Spot in Chesterton. George's Euro Spot. Check out the menu online at georgeseurospot.com. Captain Leader Mike Dewan with you here from Chesterton High School, 9th-ranked Trojans, and our Enigenberg Home Improvement Top 10. Lake Central unranked, but for a 2-4 football club, they are battling right now.
They're playing well in enemy territory. Chesterton, of course, packed the house. It's neon night, looking at the students who came out again to support a very solid football team that's won 3 straight games in a row. And Lake Central, obviously just going off of momentum, dropping the last couple. Yeah, it's easy to kind of hang your head and walk into this one and kind of coast through it, but not so fast. Lake Central now, fighting hard, and they've had a couple big plays, and this game definitely going down to the wire and trying to just play those 4 quarters of football that's been so elusive.
3rd and 3, they motion Bradford, the tight end in motion. They go to Govea, waits for a hole. He finds it, and he's got a 1st down to the 33-yard line. And it's a 1st down brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist.
Just when he gets downhill, Kevin, he just runs so hard, and it is really a tough tackle. It's, again, that's kind of why they run out of the gun. They give him that kind of head of steam, and it makes some people cringe when take a handoff a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage, but he's going to fall forward, and he's going to make you pay.
Govea again on an inside give. Lake Central ready for it.
Offense to the field, led by Michael Hill at quarterback, J.Q. Johnson and Cameron Jordan at running back, Rynell Lewis at tight end, Rayshawn Shelley at wide receiver, Darnell Bowles and Michael Smoot make up the rest of the receiving corps. For the offensive line, from left to right, Aaron White, Jalen Carter, Jamal Cherry, Tremaine Hemingway, and Josh Coulter.
Well done, Leo. Well done.
So now they'll have the ball at the 30. 9 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Pirates lead 27-21. Hill in the backfield will go with play action and fires a strike to his right. Gets it to
number 0.
To Lewis, the tight end, who had some room to run after making the catch and picks up the 1st down. That 1st down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville.
Yeah, Hill, again, all day to throw. He's able to pick apart a defense. He scanned to the left, went all the way back to his right. Boom.
From their own 49-yard line, it's another quick strike to Lewis. He breaks through one tackler and then continues to move forward for about 7 yards.
Yeah, Lewis, once he catches that ball, he can accelerate and also lower the boom on some of these defensive backs for Valparaiso.
At 6'5", 175 pounds, he is difficult to stop when he gets moving. And they go with the same play, 3rd time in a row, but 3rd time will not be the charm as the Vikings swarm to him and hammer him for a loss.
That was number 13 for the for the Vikings.
J.Q. Varnado with the stop.
Yeah. Varnado looked like he was in the huddle because he knew exactly what was going on in that play and made a great tackle. Oh, it looks like a loss for about 3 yards.
3rd and 6 for the Pirates. They have 2 running backs in the backfield. They'll put Jordan in motion towards the left. Hill dropping back to pass. He's looking left. He's going to evade the pocket, goes to his left, and will go all the way to the foul post sideline.
Looks like he's about the 42-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 1.
So they appear to be keeping the offense out there. They've entered 4-down territory. That's brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville. You can visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.org. So this is where you got to watch.
Big play here for, it looks like they're confused in getting set up.
4th and 2. They have 14 seconds on the play clock. They continue to adjust personnel. Looking to send Smoot to the far right. 5 seconds to snap it. They put Jordan in motion. They'll toss it to him. Jordan has some room. He weaves forward, gets the first down, and then stopped as he crosses the 40.
Boy, nice job right there. Great blocking by Maryville. Was able to kick out the defensive end linebacker that was stepping up. They kicked him out, and the running back just made a great job cutting underneath the block.
After the Four Seasons Mechanical first down, Hill will go to the air again. He's going to float one downfield looking for Lewis, but it was over his head and out of bounds. Incomplete.
Yeah, Varnado right there with great coverage. It was a little hitch and go pattern. He'll pump fake.
Michigan City. Harrison back to return. This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. The kick, and they're going to return it from the 10. And they wrap them up at the 22-yard line, a 12-yard return. So here we go. If you're a Portage fan, you had to be pretty frustrated in some of the turnovers. One of which should have been a pick 6 by Ethan Buskirk, the leading tackler in the region, but a block in the back would call it back, and then one play from scrimmage, and Michigan State was in the end zone again. Quintel Incorporated handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Cody Young in the backfield will hand it off to McClatchy. McClatchy going to the wide side of the field, and good coverage by Michigan City to limit him to a 2-yard gain. Make it 2nd and 8 from their own 24. Portage is able to capitalize on a Thurman fumble, then nail the field goal to get them up on the board. The only points that were scored in the first half by the Portage Indians. You know, it had to be a note for Michigan City, knowing that Young would put the ball in harm's way, and he certainly did a good amount of times in the first half. Hand off to the tight end, Hunter Cole, who reaches out, and he'll get a Four Seasons Mechanical first down. Drove the legs and got 9 yards. They stop him at the 33. Hunter Cole, who had a great catch last week on a 3rd and 15 for a first down against the Trojans, has been handed the football a few times in this game. And the referees blowing this play dead as they want Hunter Cole, who was shaking out some pain in one of his hands. The referee saying, you got to go back to the sideline. The quick substitution as Alex Hazelton springs off the Portage bench on the far side of the field. Ball's on the left hash, 1st and 10 from the 33. They triggered the play. Quick throw to the left. It's completed, and the receiver had a knee on the ground, so I hope he stopped right there. Just looking for some nice, easy completions for Young to get some confidence back up. Need to do that after you throw 3 interceptions in one half. DeMarcus Jenkins gets the 6-yard catch. 2nd and 4 from the 39. Just a quick comeback route. Timing play is Young. Waited for Jenkins. to put his foot in the ground, turn back, and the ball was already there. Quick pass over the middle. It's batted up to Quan Fields, the former Portage Indian. Gets his hand on it, making a third down, stopping the clock at 10:35. Yeah, just a fake, and then tried to throw it to Cole, who popped out from that right side. He was open. It would have been a first down, but Daquan Fields using that wingspan to his advantage, looking like J.J. Watt when he was playing for the Houston Texans, or what Mason Crosby was doing to the Bears just last Sunday. Two receivers to the right on a 3rd and 4 from their own 39. Here comes the pressure from Michigan 3, and it's completed to Cole over the middle of the field. Cole driving his legs, and his helmet pops off, so he'll have to sit out a play before he sees the mechanical. First down. Saw the blitz coming, and Young.
It's a tough road back for Wheeler at this point.
70 yards for the sophomore Brandon Smith. His second interception on the year and his first pick six. The number 5 team in the region at home is in big trouble. Calumet on to try the 2-point play. That is their bread and butter. They don't kick field goals.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of Detroit Lions action going here. They're just going to go for it.
Went for 2 on their first drive, or on their first touchdown. Got it. They're set up from the 2. They got Brandon in the Wildcat. It worked the first time on the 2-point play, and it does not work the second time, so the lead will stay at 9. 16-7, the Warriors lead after the pick six from Brandon Smith. We'll be back shortly. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Back.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Calumet with the first score of the second half, a pick six from their defensive back, Brandon Smith. They lead this one by 2 scores. David Diaz looking to get a big return for Wheeler, but he's dragged down at the 21. And Logan Fox, after
is wrapped up and brought down by Fedorchuk, but he will pick up enough for the first down.
That's Lewis's 4th catch in this quarter. He's having a heck of a quarter. He's being able to find some open spots. Hill is just drilling that ball in there. Again, Hill has all day to throw, though.
Following the Four Seasons Mechanical first down, Hill drops back to pass, looks downfield. It's J.Q. Johnson on the left side. He will be sent out of bounds at the 40. Evan Courtney with the tackle.
Yeah, J.Q. Johnson just sort of squirts out of the backfield. Too much for a linebacker to cover right there, and picks up 9 on the play.
So the Pirates hustle to the line as the Vikings adjust personnel. 2nd and a short yard to go. Keeper for Hill. He has room up the middle. He still goes down the runway. Michael Hill is going to take it all the way to the end zone for a Merrillville touchdown.
Wow, he just scampered. What was the ball at? About the
41 of
41,
Merrillville.
so 59-yard touchdown run. Wow, what a game he is having.
So Michael Hill with his 2nd rushing touchdown on another explosive play makes it 33-21 for the Pirates with 5:08 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Nice job. Just little head fake like he's going to throw the ball and just, boom, just accelerates up the field, little play action, fake of the play action pass, and, boy, he can accelerate. He's unstoppable once he gets in the open field.
The PAT from Gonzalez is good, making it 34-21. Merrillville with the lead. 5:08 remaining in the third quarter. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. So a 59-yard touchdown from Michael Hill adds to the lead for the Pirates. Parisi takes the kickoff return, has to stay in bounds, and then a punishing hit from Newell knocks him out of bounds. So 5:04 left to play. Hosick and the Viking offense make their way back onto the field.
Leo, you said it best. I said there's been no scoring in this quarter, and boom. 3 or 4 plays later, Hill off 59.
29-3, Michigan City allowed to celebrate on their homecoming.
If that ball were to be completed, don't think that would have gone much anywhere after the catch. More importantly, though, stops the clock. It was a clock that was really kind of dwindling down since Chesterton took over the football. And they'll finally give that Lake Central defense a chance to kind of really breathe and more so give themselves a little bit more time if they do get this ball back.
2 timeouts for Lake Central. Here's second down and 10 from the 46. Boyd, straight drop. Again, looking for Raff, and he's got it. Keeps his feet, and he dives for the marker. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like they're going to mark him 2 yards short, and it's third down and short. Again, this is huge. Lake Central could still find a way to get off the field here.
Yeah, but Chesterton with them, again, we saw this in the previous set of downs. It was a not the best first down play in terms of yardage, but the second and longs, they've, again, hit those short passes, those timing routes to set up these 3rd and 2s. They did it this last set of downs, and once again, opens up the playbook, and no, more importantly, you're on the plus side of the field.
Third and 2, Boyd again. A lot of time, got it, first down. It's Michael Roan who moves the sticks as he's shoved out of bounds at the 40-yard line of Lake Central. It's another Four Seasons Mechanical first down. Brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
One of the fun things about going through a high school football season, or just seasons in general, is just seeing how teams, both as a culture and just, as a collective unit, really kind of grow over the course of the long season. What we're seeing here is a lot of trust in the sophomore quarterback. On a 3rd and 2, we saw on back-to-back sets of downs, Kevin, to trust the quarterback to make some throws on these timing routes with some receivers that he's, again, this is first year under center, the Antrain transfer. And they probably would have ran the football if this was this last year.
Boyd on a bootleg. We'll check it down. It's Rowan, and he's blown up. Tackle made by Cameron Reddick. And it's a 2-yard loss.
Reddick, just a dude that could hit. Yeah, we talked about, his play as a quarterback. But they floated around that he's going to be kind of one of those pieces defensively as well. Could obviously, had his time at quarterback. But he's not one to mess with on the defensive side as well. A sure tackler. Just kind of one of those hybrids that could play linebacker, play safety, and just somebody could put all over the field.
So here comes second down and 12. Trips off to the left for Hunter Boyd in the gun. Again, looking one-on-one coverage for Raffin, and he overthrows him. That was really good coverage out there by Lucas Embry, the corner, and he's the defensive leader in the secondary for Lake Central, and is truly an inspiration for this team. He missed the entire 2024 season with a broken leg that he suffered in a summer scrimmage, so he didn't even play a single game last year. He suffered it in a scrimmage, but the work he put in the offseason in his recovery and in the weight room to get back to game strength, and not only that, he's a senior as well, so he's a veteran in terms of age, but also a vocal leader and a true inspiration where so many of the young guys of that unit look up to him. Great job in coverage for him. He forces a 3rd down and 12. Blitz coming off the edge. Boyd escapes for the moment, then he goes down. Alvarez again, back to the 45-yard line, and there's the stop LC was looking for.
Lake Central's been kind of dropping some guys in coverage despite showing a blitz, and that time they sent some pressure. Cam Reddick got there first, but brought down Hunter Boyd. A big-time stop for Lake Central once again as the defense gets off the field and, more importantly, gives themselves a chance to potentially tie this game up. With still plenty of time here, north of 5 to go, obviously. They don't want to follow suit of their last drive with a 3-and-out, but the biggest important play here is this punt, which looks like Chesterton now just kind of milked that clock. Only one timeout to their name, or who knows, they might just take the 5 yards to give themselves some more room, which...
Play clock will expire here, so they will take the 5 yards, so the line of scrimmage will push back to midfield. It gives Mace Redmond more leg room if it's him punting, and it is. They've also shown Drew Pasilio punting a couple of times tonight as well. Redmond will go out there and punt. One of the best legs in the region. Last week, had a punt inside the 20, trying to do that again here in 2 straight games. Rowden and Mansfield, the deep men, with 4:58 and counting left. Still a 7-point game. Lake Central in it for sure. Pressure comes. Redmond just gets it off. Redmond falls over as Mansfield claims a fair catch at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, a little bit of contact there in the back, with the punter there, but a couple guys kind of dove for the kick and then kind of tripped over a guy maybe. Could have sold it, could have not, but regardless, Lake Central gets the football back, which is more important. And now, can we get back to what we saw in those first 2 drives of the half? Their 4th drive of the half. Again, they had that 3-and-out last time around. Great job by the Chesterton defense to get off the field. It was a 2nd and 1 at one point and stuffed the run twice. And again, Lake Central we have not really seen much in the passing game from West Lalage. It is outside of really that double pass in the first play of the game. I mean, a couple dink and dunks here and there, but they're lacking an explosive play, a big-time chunk play, and now would be the time to do so.
Lalage, low snap, fakes to give to Reed. Pocket collapses. Lalage out to his right, and he'll pick up 2 on the play. So Lalage avoids that all-important sack as Lalage is still down in a lot of pain. The clock will stop. And now, when you enter a territory here where you need to pass to save some clock, your usual drop-back quarterback is down in some pain. While the medical team looks at him, we'll take a break. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network.
Calumet had a chance to punch him deep in their own 20, and now Wheeler's knocking on the door of the end zone. They're already in the red zone. They're at least in field goal range to make this a 1-score game, but they're thinking end zone here. They're set up at the 14. My goodness, a questionable decision indeed for this Calumet coaching staff. 1st and 10 from the 13. Fox in the gun with Baziri and Murray as his running backs. Vetical alone to the top of your screen on an island. We'll see if they look his way. Clock now moving. Murray, nowhere to go on that run. Breaks off a tackle for the moment. He's up to the 10, a solid carry of 3. As the Bearcats stay ahead of the chains. 9:30 to go in the game. Bearcats need 2 scores. And this close to the end zone, you might think just keep getting it closer and closer and closer with Murray. Fox will throw this time, looking, firing middle for Vetical, and it's out of his hands. Once again, great coverage there from Marcus Luvert. Vetical, no separation there. It was a good throw from Fox, but that's just a hard ball to come down with.
Yeah, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This Calumet secondary has just been fantastic all day. If you're Wheeler, you need to get this passing game going, and you need to do it quickly. And he had a shot there, but there just was not that much space.
Well, they're well within Vetical's field goal kicking range to at least make this a 1-score game. Fox hands Murray. Can he get to the edge? Cuts it middle. Hit at the 5. Still looking for yards. Still fighting. He's dragged down at the 5. 2 yards short of the first, but flags did fly during that run. Could be seeing another hold. Murray had a big hole to run through, and I believe it was because someone... Oh, it's a face mask on Calumet. That hurts.
Yeah, that's a big one. You're setting Wheeler up right up on the goal line here, and it wasn't that long ago you felt like you probably had this one pretty close to wrapped up, and now if you're Wheeler, you've got a chance to get right back in it right here.
I can't help but question the decision to fake a third punt at midfield.
Right, I think a fake punt relies so much on the element of surprise. And, the first time you've got it. The second time, no one's expecting you to go for it again. But when you get to the point where you got a question, are they going to fake it here?
Murray straight up the gut. He's hit at the goal line. The Warriors push him back and keep him out of the end zone. A big stand by that front 4. I think that was number 50, JoJo Pop, who had first contact there for Calumet, and then his buddies came in with the rest of the help. And the clock continuing to move. 8:30 to go in the game. 2nd and goal from the 2. I'd go right back to Murray.
Absolutely. He's been your guy all game. No reason to go away from him here.
Fox, Murray, end zone, touchdown, Bearcats, and they're back in this one with 8 minutes and change to go in the game. Second touchdown of the game for Levi Murray. He's well over 150 yards on this one. And that's a big response from Wheeler. It's a 1-score game again, and Calumet's going to need to get some sort of a drive going when they have the ball next, because they haven't scored any points on offense this half.
Absolutely. This next drive is probably your game right here. If they can score, you've got a shot.
Extra point is good. 16-14, the lead for Calumet. We'll have coverage next with just 8 minutes to go in this one. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting.
And he's just quick, but he's strong as well. We've seen him stick Andrew Govea, which is not an easy task to do, and he's done that a couple times here tonight and did it right there on that play.
No gain as well. Clock ticking inside 3.5 left. Lake Central does have 2 timeouts left, so the question is, when do they want to start using them?
If they get a decent stop here, I wouldn't mind burning one now.
Gus Wish, pre-snap candy. He'll take the call in a jet motion. Breaks tackles, first down and more. Gus Wish dives for the pylon and comes up short. But it's a first down, and that very well could do it.
And Wish just one of those gadget guys. They put in motion a lot. He had over 50 yards on the ground last week against Portage with 1 touchdown. He does a lot of great work in the passing game, but he's somebody they'll throw in motion, has that speed on the outside, and just found a hole there and may have salted this game away for the Trojans.
23-yard gain there on 2nd and 10 from the 25. It's now first and goal from the 2. That was a first down brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist. They go with Andrew Govea. That may be the dagger for the Trojans.
And as a defense, Kevin, you can only do so much. When you get down inside the 5-yard line, you got a running back like that. It's a very, very tall task. The defense did a great job all night. But after, again, the offense showed a couple flashes, and there's still some game left, of course, but you can only hold up for so long.
Mace Redmond to make it a 14-point lead with 3:07 left. Low snap, but Redmond has no trouble getting it through. 14-point lead for the Trojans.
Moving, even if you don't score. Take enough time off this clock to where Wheeler does not have much to work with. It seems like the Warriors have had the ball for at least 70, maybe 80% of this game.
Oh, 100%. And I think the main thing for Calumet is you need to get in a position where Wheeler has to pass their way down the field. If they can just roll with Murray, you're in trouble.
Hand off Brandon again. Nowhere to go. He stood up right at the line, and he's lucky to even get back to it. A whole swarm of Bearcats in there. He got a yard on that carry. So 3rd and 2 upcoming from the 43. 7 minutes and change to go in this one. The number 5 ranked Wheeler Bearcats looking to escape an upset at home. Calumet looking to punctuate their biggest win of the year by far. 3rd and 2. Campbell, the freshman quarterback, is in the gun with Brandon to his right. Straight up the gut, Brandon. He has it. First down up to the 50, and Calumet will keep the clock moving.
That's a much-needed first down for them. Now you got it about 7 minutes left on the clock. You've got a chance to run it down a little bit more here. If you can keep this drive going, you might just be able to hang on.
If it seems like we've been talking about chewing clock too much with 6 minutes to go in this one, it's just because Calumet, it's part of the reason they have the lead. It feels like Wheeler just hasn't had the ball at all in this one. So 1st and 10 from the 49. Trayvon Brown moves to the far side of the field. He's lined up to the bottom of your screen in man-to-man coverage. But this might just be another run to Bryce Brandon. It will be another run, but this time Wheeler's on top of it. In the backfield they are. Logan Bingham, the nose tackle, had first contact and brought the running back down. Under 6 minutes to go in this one. 2nd and 12 from the 49 upcoming for Calumet. They haven't really needed to pass the ball this game. Campbell has only completed 4 passes in this one, and 2 of them have been screens.
Right, and I think when you have a freshman quarterback in the game, you don't want him to have to throw a lot, and they've done a good job keeping him out of situations where he's had to.
Flags fly. Olivari on the jet handoff, and he has nowhere to go, but we'll see what this penalty marker is. It's going to be an illegal motion on Calumet, and Wheeler probably thinks about declining that penalty because they got in for the TFL.
Right, absolutely. You created a negative play there. You've kind of backed this drive up a little bit, and I think you've got a good shot to get off the field here.
And Wheeler did just decline the penalty, so it's 3rd and 16 upcoming from the 45. And Calumet might need to throw to pick up this first down.
Yeah, you would think so at this point. I don't think the opportunity to try your couple of runs here really exists anymore.
3 wide. Campbell back to throw. He has time. He lobs it over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of Michael Olivari. 4th and long upcoming. Now, we've seen Calumet fake 3 punts in this game. Joe, do they have a 4th one in them?
You know, I doubt it, but at this point, you can never count them out. And who's going to expect if you do it for a 4th time?
We'll see. It would be a long way to go. It's 4th and 16 I think Olivari has no chance no option but to just kick this one away. Handling the snap cleanly, also big here. Don't want to let Wheeler flip the field. Vetical is back to return. Olivari gets this one away. High kick. Vetical waits for it. Catches it at the 20. Makes a man miss, and he has some room. Looking to the outside is across the 30. Cuts upfield. Spins at the 40. And he's pushed out of bounds. Wheeler set up with decent field position with 5 minutes to go in the game. Down 2.
And that's about as good a sequence as you could have hoped for. If you're Wheeler, you go and you get the touchdown. You don't let Calumet take that much time off the clock. You got 5 minutes here. You've got time to run with Murray and get down the field that way. You don't have to throw the entire way.
Calumet looking for a monumental defensive stand. Logan Fox looking to his sidelines for the play. 3 wide in the game for Wheeler. 2 on the far side, 1 on the near side. And it's Murray running left. He's hit, but he keeps the legs moving. And he stays ahead of the chains with a 3-yard carry. Wheeler has 2 solid kickers. Vetical as well as Lee Vega, who has been doing the extra point kicking today. Both of them have solid legs. So they don't need to get too far down the field to get in field goal range to potentially take the lead in this one. 3 wide again. Fox looking to throw outside. Caught by Vetical. Looking for space. He's hit near the line of scrimmage and pushed out near the boundary. A great job by the linebackers of Calumet to drag him down. Timothy Ramsey, the middle linebacker, met him at the second level and drove him to the sidelines. Four yards on that catch, and Wheeler is set up with a big 3rd and 3 from the 46. They need the 49 for a first. Fox to Murray. Power running to the boundary, and he has it. Keeps the legs moving. Levi Murray out of bounds at the 40 with his biggest first down of the night.
Yeah, and I think if you're a Wheeler now, you've got a good opportunity to get downfield. You're not that far from the field goal. If you can get if you can get another first down or 2 here, maybe you get a shot to try to milk some clock.
Potentially could be in the cards for the Bearcats. They're in enemy territory. 1st and 10 from the 34 for the 43. Fox hands Murray straight up the gut. He's shrugging off tacklers. It takes the whole Calumet defense to stop his momentum. He has 5 yards and stays ahead of the chains again. Under 4 minutes to go in this one. Wheeler just slowly inching towards field goal range. Calumet trying to keep this game in their grasp. It looked like they were all set for a win after that pick 6 made it 16-7, but Wheeler has had a response in a big way. Fox, Murray, stretch run. He can't get to the outside. He's swarmed, but flags fly at the end of the tackle. This could be a big penalty if it's against Calumet. The flag came while there were multiple guys dragging Murray to the ground. And it's a face mask against the Warriors. Wheeler is set up potentially on the outskirts of field goal range with first down and still 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, and that's a massive penalty there. You've got a team that's already working their way downfield. And now if you're Wheeler, are you going aggressive for the touchdown, or are you going to keep it on the ground with Murray and try to milk the rest of this clock?
They're at the 23. It would be a 40-yard field goal from here. But Wheeler looking to get closer, potentially in the end zone. They've been marching on this drive. Fox, Murray, straight up the middle. He is swarmed and taken down after a gain of 3. Clock moving, under 3 minutes to go. if I'm Calumet, I would stack everyone in the box and dare Logan Fox to make a throw. I would not let Levi Murray beat me down this field.
Absolutely. He's been destroying your defense most of this game. And your DBs have been doing well enough in coverage. I think you can trust them to hold up on the back end.
2nd and 7. Fox, Murray, stretch run, breaks through to the second level before a host of Warrior tacklers drag him down at the 15. He's 2 yards short of the first. With the clock still moving, we have, I believe, somebody called a timeout, I think. The clock has stopped with 2:16 to go. And we'll step aside for a moment. Big third down upcoming. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Welcome back. 2:16 to go in the game. Wheeler at the 15-yard line for 3rd and 3. Alongside Joey Henrich, my name is Quincy Bell. Joey, we've had a fantastic game so far today. And Wheeler, who saw themselves down 16-7 after a 70-yard pick six. Brandon Smith brought it all the way back, but they scored, got the ball back, and they're on the doorstep of scoring again and taking the lead for the first time in a while.
Yeah, and how about the fight we've seen out of these Wheeler Bearcats? You and I were ready to write their obituary after that pick six. We really thought, you know, the way the offense is going, they're not going to have a great shot to get back in it, but they get the stop on the fake punt. They roll right downfield, and now you're on the edge of field goal range, about 2 minutes left.
Calumet has 2 timeouts left. So if Wheeler gets a first down here on 3rd and 3, they can take even more clock down before an upcoming field goal. So this is as big a down as you'll see defensively for Calumet. Single coverage against the 3 receivers with 6 guys stacked in the box. Movement up front, and Calumet has jumped off sides. Adrian Williams too jumpy, and he gives Wheeler the first down.
Yeah, and that's the last thing you want there if you're Calumet. You got them 3rd and 3, and it's already 3rd and short, but then you give them the first down, they don't even have to run a play.
They're set up 1st and goal at the 10 with 2:21 to go. Wheeler probably just going to hand it to Murray 3 times, and either he's in the end zone or they're kicking a field goal.
Yeah, you have to imagine you don't want to leave any real amount of time on the clock here for Calumet. You give it to Murray a couple times, play it safe. You're well within field goal range at this point.
Fox, low snap, hands to Murray, stretch run, he's to the corner, he's in the end zone, but flags are down. For the moment, Murray has a touchdown, but this might be coming back. It's holding on Wheeler. Levi Murray had nothing but green grass in front of him, but it's because someone was getting held a little too much. Man, both of these teams have seen their fair share of holding penalties today. Calumet had 4 of them in the first quarter. Wheeler was plagued by them to start the second half, and now that's big because it pushes back a potential field goal attempt. They're back to the 15, 16-yard line right now.
Yeah, and we've been treated to a pretty excellent game tonight. I think every time we think we're close to resolution and figuring out how we're going to get out of this, we get another twist or another turn thrown at us.
1st and goal from the 16. Logan Fox hands Levi Murray on the same carry. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage and then some. He's pushed out of bounds at the 6. 10 yards on that carry for 2nd down upcoming. And I think they're trying to get Murray in space along the outside some more because running up the middle hasn't worked as well as when they've been able to get these off tackle and stretch runs going.
Right, and early in the game they got a decent amount between the tackles. Calumet has adjusted really, really well on the front. When you got a back like Murray who's both strong enough to go up the middle and fast enough to get around the outside, it makes it really hard for a defense to stop.
Murray comes up to the right of Fox, and they give it to him again. Same run, same result. Murray to the corner. He's in. Touchdown, Wheeler. They have the lead for the first time in the second half. They've come all the way back down 16-7 in the fourth. 2 touchdowns from Wheeler, and they're in control with 2 minutes to go.
And what a drive. You had your bumps along the way, but you find yourself 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, leading by 4, about to kick an extra point to go up 5. What a response after just a terrible string of events late in that third quarter.
Lee Vega on to add the extra point for the Bearcats. Calumet, their sideline looks absolutely stunned. Extra point is up and good. 21-16, the lead for the Bearcats. Calumet has one more drive to try to steal this win and upset the number 5 ranked team in the region. We'll be back shortly. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, only game in town.
So Gonzalez gets ready for the PAT. The snap, the hold, and the kick, all good, and it will now be a 48-21 lead for the Pirates with 3:54 left to play in this one. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and
the most modern technology and advanced
electrical workers have
78-yard touchdown. He has breakaway speed.
The big return there is
sort of underrated, considering how good he's been busy.
1st and 10.
But what's also really cool is that
35.
RSN zone. If you just want to hear people talk about football and talk about the games going on, you can also tune into that on the Region Sports Network. I'll be there next week. Me and Mike DeWan finally get to sit down and talk some high school football in the region. Duff going to his left, he cuts it upfield, and he'll get the 4-season mechanic.
Hill Food Market, Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made
I
grocery
don't
store.
really understand what the call is here. Both referees are talking to Wheeler coach Nick Testa. And he's still kicking off from the 35. Oh, it's going to be a false start on Wheeler. One of the guys moved early.
Man, that's just another...
That's the second time they've done that. So now Vetical is going to be kicking from the 30. And I believe if he kicks this one out of bounds, then the penalty yardage will put them at the 40. That would make sense. I'm not sure what the rule is there.
That sounds about right.
We'll have to see. 2:06 to go. Does Calumet have a response after the 2 Wheeler touchdowns in the fourth? Vetical just booms this one out of bounds. Flag is down. Calumet has been making a lot of noise in the return game, as we've seen, but Vetical is opting to just kick it out of bounds. And what we're seeing here is every single time Vetical kicks it out of bounds, Calumet is going to decline the penalty because they want a return.
Right, I think the big return is the primary way for Calumet to make their way downfield here. Obviously, you can run it a little, but you don't have a whole lot of time for that. And if you trust your return game a little bit more than your passing game right now, it's kind of your only option.
So now Vetical is kicking from the 30. And I think he has no choice but to just kick it to Calumet this time. Because you can't just keep taking penalty yards by kicking it out of bounds. Both of the first two were just intentional out-of-bounds kicks from Vetical. I think Wheeler's more inclined to try an onside kick than to let Calumet get any chance to return this one.
Absolutely.
So after 2 penalties, Vetical's kicking it from the 30. Squib kick will go all the way through. Smith just falls on it at the 25. That's perfectly executed. If you're Wheeler, trying to avoid a big return from Calumet, but 2 minutes and 1 second are what the Warriors have to work with one timeout to try to march down the field and win this one.
Yeah, this is where you got to get into. This is where you got to get to some of your best plays. If you got a passing play that you know is going to work, or if you can get a run and then hit him with the play action, you need chunk plays here if you're Calumet.
Clock stops for first downs, but for a team that runs the ball 73% of the time, it's up to the freshman quarterback, Jaden Campbell, to complete some throws and steal this game on the road. 4 wide in the game for Calumet, 2 on each side. The ball is set at the 25. They have 75 yards to go to seal one of the biggest upsets in Calumet program history. Campbell looking to throws to the boundary, and it's incomplete. Westby was hit hard as he tried to corral that one upstairs. David Diaz, the defensive back, with tight coverage there. And this Calumet offense has just struggled so mightily to get the passing game going. Really any sort of offense in the second half. There are only 6 points in this second half came on that pick 6 from Brandon Smith.
Right, and if you're Wheeler, you find yourself in kind of a rare position in this one where you kind of get to pin your ears back and rush the passer.
2nd and 10. Campbell back to throw. He has time. He steps up into a home run ball down the middle of the field, and it's incomplete just over the head of Trayvon Brown. 3rd and 10 upcoming for the Warriors. And that time he had Brown with some space, but it just overshot him.
Yeah, and I think it's hard. Obviously, you've got pressure coming in. Your guy does get open, but we do have to consider, freshman quarterback on the road. This is probably the biggest drive of his career thus far.
This is only the 3rd game in the young career of Jaden Campbell. Took over for the junior Christian Wesson mid-season. And he's been strong through his first 2 games, but in game number 3, he has a long way to go to try to secure this W. He's got time, steps up deep to the sidelines, and it's caught by Olivari. First down, he stays inbounds, fighting for the marker. It's a Four Seasons mechanical first down and a big one at that for Calumet. The senior Olivari just running free near the sidelines, makes the catch. Did not get out of bounds, decided to fight for more yardage. The clock stopped. The clock does stop to move the chains, and Calumet's throwing again. Campbell with time. He's taken down for a sack. Adam Kosick, the true freshman, brings him down. And Calumet has to use their last timeout to prevent the clock from running. A big play there for the Wheeler defense.
That's a massive play. I think as a D lineman, you want to rush the passer, and they haven't really gotten the shot to do it all day because of how run-happy Calumet has been. They get the shot, and now you're 2nd and long here. You have no timeouts. This is dire straits if you're the Warriors.
I think you just send a couple of guys deep and just hope for the best if need be. Have Campbell try to get it with his legs. But they're out of timeouts. Calumet needs a first down or something near the boundary to stop this clock. 1:34 left. The ball's at the 35. This Wheeler crowd, who has been quiet all night, has been making their presence felt in this fourth quarter. No timeouts for Calumet. 2nd and 18 from the 35. 3 wide for Calumet. 2 to the near side, 2 to the far side. It's 4 wide. They motioned one of their guys up on the line into the slot. Campbell in the gun. He's back to throw. 3-man rush for Wheeler. Campbell steps up, still looking. If cannot evade another sack. He's taken down again, and the clock will move. Aiden Mason, the senior defensive end, got to him that time. And Calumet in dire straits right now.
Absolutely, you're 3rd and long. You got 2 plays left to win this game, and you got a minute left. This is going to be a hard one, and I don't think there's any reason to believe the Wheeler pass rush is going to be any easier to fend off on this play.
1 minute left. Wheeler brings 3. Campbell looking, has time, steps up deep over the middle, and it's incomplete. Over the head of Trayvon Brown with 53 seconds. Calumet set up with 4th and a mile.
And it all comes down to this play right here. You got to get 20-some yards, and you got to get it now. I think for Wheeler, it's an interesting call. Do you send the house here, or do you just drop everyone back in coverage?
I think you drop everyone back. I wouldn't risk having a guy get beat over the top. Calumet talking over what they want to do. Maybe you see a potential trickery play. Maybe a Boise State hook and lateral type play here.
Possibly.
Calumet has pulled out all the tricks to try to pull off this upset. We'll see if they have one more left. 4 wide and 3 are to the near side. We have whistles and a timeout called by the Wheeler Bearcats. We'll step aside for a moment. Electric finish next. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters.
In the season, get rolling into the playoff season.
Vikings will take another timeout, just going over strategy. We will be back to wrap up the final 25 seconds. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Against the Calumet Warriors, this game was 16-7, but 2 touchdowns in this fourth quarter from Wheeler have them in control, and Calumet needs something of a minor miracle here. 4th and 23 from their own 30. Campbell looking to throw. Wheeler brings 4, steps up deep down the boundary. Incomplete. Is there a PI flag? No, there is not. Brandon Smith tripped up on the route. And that will do it. Wheeler, the Bearcats, are going to escape with a win. And they are still in line for a 6-0 record and a conference championship.
Absolutely. And there's not enough that can be said about the fight of this team. Like we said, we thought it was done. We thought it was done, and I think a lot of people in the stands thought it was done. But in this fourth quarter, they've come out, they've gotten 2 touchdowns, and their defense has really come alive and made some huge plays to close this one out.
49 seconds to go. Wheeler will have to take 2 knees. Calumet out of timeouts. There's nothing they can do. Fox takes the knee, and the Wheeler Bearcats are 6-0, and they are looking very strong when it comes to that 2A sectional and the rest of this conference play. Calumet, a team that's 5-1, they're going to drop to 5-2 tonight, but give them credit. They threw everything they had at the number 5 ranked team and gave them a great game. But it's Wheeler who comes away victorious in this one, 21-7, or 21-16.
That's a massive win tonight for Wheeler, and I think if you're Calumet, you can walk out with your heads held high. You gave them all they could handle. You proved that we can come in on the road against a very good team, and we can not only hang with them, we can control the game. So while you lose for Calumet, it's not the absolute end of the world. You still have a lot of positive things to take away from it.
We'll be back with the post-game awards next. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.